Check it, look. I came from where it's drama and it's hostile. Where I'm at, we cure the trauma with the gospel. More than 12, it's like 1,000 apostles. Hit your block and then we dip like it's nachos. What's a op? We in the kitchen where they pop toast. Riding like a Tahoe, never scared of them potholes. We came to save the same ones they made a victim. Plagued with the sickness, the scripture gave the prescriptions. This a doctor bag, blade without the hockey mask. Came to chop up whoever, then it's a body bag. Told them we the sons of God and I got to brag. Whole hood know we in the field like where the cotton at. It be plots and haters that want a copycat. They know my stock's the greatest, they want a stocking cap. Waiting to put a stop to that. They gon' see they gon' coming like hope they copy that.
East Babylon, Northeast Babylon, Northeast Bab, East Bab, East Bab. East Babylon, North Philly, the birthplace where every scenario's usually the worst case. Your block getting shook up, your turf in an earthquake. My race pure gold, should've never been here in the first place. We almost home now, this is third base. Smack a smirk right off a jerk face with verses though. I take it personal to the day I'm perfect in the earth aglow, earth aglow, earth aglow, earth aglow. Built different, still dripping. We ain't scratching the surface, it's still itching. We still sliding on demons, we drill different. Baltimore ain't seen these hitters since Kyle Ripken. Iconoclasm, how we switch the pitches. Mortify my digits, all 6 figures. Either get with us or get lost. In that day, Esau get pissed on when we pissed off.
And you know I'ma stand for this. You know I'ma stand for this. Yeah, and you know I'ma stand for this. Yeah, and you know I'ma stand for this. Elohim got a plan for this. And you know I'ma stand for this. Yeah, you know I'ma stand for this. Yeah, and you know I'ma stand for this. Yeah, and you know I'ma stand for this. Elohim got a plan for this.
I gotta stand for this like it was a national anthem, no. Invisible army with me and I got him, I see him wherever I go. Drop the ball like I get it in. Drop the ball like I get it and go. You would think it's construction, the way that we blocking the road. Prophets gon' sprint through the heat and the snow. Prophets moving around on 4 corners. Building schools like it's brick and mortar. Brothers funny like it's Rick and Morty. We the big dogs, you a little corky.
Yeah, that mean we big and you small. We gon' have many mansions in the kingdom, but Esau, you ain't getting nothing at all. They look at my shirt and they ask what I'm doing. I look on the back, tell them keeping the law. I ain't scared of taking no loss. I ain't scared of telling my boss. You come in the truth to get ready to carry that cross. What? Huh? Oh, this Israel, you know that we back. Got that poop on my side, never wet. Lag, yeah, I knew that. Yeah, my KJ V2 tap. We the sand of the sea, that's a fact. Yeah, we putting in work like some ants. In your church, yeah, we hitting the blitz. Shoot my shot and I know I don't miss. Got the shoe and I know that you fit. I remember when I was a chick. Israelites on the top of the list.
And you know I'ma stand for this. You know I'ma stand for this. Yeah, and you know I'ma stand for this. Yeah, and you know I'ma stand for this. Elohim got a plan for this. And you know I'ma stand for this. Yeah, you know I'ma stand for this. Yeah, and you know I'ma stand for this. Yeah, and you know I'ma stand for this. Elohim got a plan for this.
Look, set up camp by the 4 by the 6 every night. The way that I look at them scared for their life. Take a demon, you know that they ain't for my life. I'm a G, you ain't catching me speaking polite. Call up Tobik and Isaac, they ready to fight by the fire. I'm tried, I ain't kept, I got strike.
Yeah, I feel like my cross is he black. And you know that he finna come back. And you know that it's time to attack. Shout out G.O.D., he got my back.
He got my back like a backpack. Chariot skirt through that black and no scat pack. Send a script, I can bet I don't miss that. We can go script for a script if you want that. Purple and gold, you know we never mismatch. Give him one script at a time like a tic-tac.
And you know I'ma stand for this. You know I'ma stand for. Yeah, and you know I'ma stand for this. Yeah, and you know I'ma stand for this. Elohim got a plan for this. And you know I'ma stand for this. Yeah, you know I'ma stand for this. Yeah, and you know I'ma stand for this. Yeah, and you know I'ma stand for this.
Yeah, look, I ain't a thief, but I take time to be alive. It's a great time. If you get off beat, just feel the bass line. Down the weed and hold on to the grapevine. We in the last days, nigga, TikTok. Oh, but these niggas wasting time on TikTok. Oh, I come from a city where they grip Glocks. And the dread them in the only one I pick lock. Everything I told you, it's all prophetic. It wasn't what I said, it's how I said it. And since we live in life, I need a book for it. But it wasn't what I read, it's how I read it. The seed of Jacob, yeah, we in the belly of the beast. I feel like Jacob, when he was in the belly with a beast. My people sick, but you won't take that medicine from me. I know they hate us, but you can't get that melanin from me. I know they break us with chains, whips, lies, tries, same tricks, knees, neck, bang, click, then, now, same shit. Yeah, this the acts of the apostles flow. Instead of writing it to you, I give you audio. I still see the scar wounds from a fight that happened way back in the womb. And I was just a baby, and he was one too. We was throwing blows, it's either me or you. I'm the one he chose, but this hatred is for you. Hand on your heel, that's the end of you. But till right now, we struggle in this womb. Stuck in the belly, I ain't got enough room. Damn, not enough room. I ain't got enough room. Another day with my enemy. I can never get ahead for this energy. I'm a lost soul, wandering like an entity. I'm a centerpiece that can never find a peace. Have you ever felt below the baseline? So low that you can't even find a baseline. Dolo, I'm so far outside of harmony. Synchronizing with this world don't even bother me. I'm looking for the meaning places like astronomy. And everything there is to learn that pertain to me. I'm a brother to a dragon, but a different beast. I got my hand on his heel, it's time to move your feet. Turn back on you one time, I might give up the ghost. I turn back on you 2 times, my life might come up short. I remember this one time, death was almost this close. You think about me at least sometime, that's why I thank you the most. Everybody's grace is
Coming out that Bible, casting down imagination.
Right. Let's get it. Check.
There's a light on the scene.
Microphone, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. We in the building.
Coming.
All praise to the Most High. Yeah. So, hey man, welcome to Casting Down Imagination.
That's right.
We are here every Tuesday, Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you the truth.
That's
of
right.
The Bible.
Yeah.
One of many daytime shows within IUIC. The Lord has opened it up for us to do it, so we are going to do it. We're going to put in that work, man.
We could almost, for the most part, say 365.
Yeah.
24/6.
Yeah, man.
24/7.
Hey, man. Hey, we need a syndication. Where NBC at? Where it be, they gonna put us on WB. They gonna put us on. Hey, do y'all remember? Y'all probably too young. Let me talk over here. You remember UPN?
Yeah, UPN.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember UPN.
They have no idea what I'm talking about.
UPN. Y'all remember UPN?
Underpaid Negroes. That's what it stands for.
All the black
shows used to be on UPN, man. I know, I'm old.
I was in the era of BET.
The era of BET?
That's not a black.
After they was bought by the white man.
They said not
Quailcom.
UPN,
He was
right.
there after Quailcom. We was there with Bob Johnson. So he don't even know about that. I'm old, y'all. All right, hey, man, I'm Captain Zakar. To my right.
Hey, Captain Azariah.
To my far left over there.
Officer Jehaziah.
And Narita.
Officer Nathan.
All right, all praises, man. Let's get into it. Let's go with 2 Corinthians 10 and verse 4. Let's open up.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds.
That's what we fighting with. We ain't fighting with weapons of the world. We fighting with the word of God. Because this word of God, I'm telling you right now, this will make people more frustrated than putting a gun in their face.
Yep.
Pulling a knife on them.
No, facts.
When they cannot deceive you in the word of God to make you believe what they believe, and you destroying their foundation of what they grew up off of, man, you will see a different side of people where they'll be ready to fight you quicker with and then having a knife pulled on them or anything.
And that's what's crazy, because it's true, and many of y'all see it out on the streets when we out there teaching, whether we on the streets, on Clubhouse, TikTok. Our people, this Bible comes out, and you be like, dang, well, I thought you was a Christian. Mm-hmm. Why are you so mad?
Yeah.
It's because I'm telling you, that two-edged sword.
Yeah. Because what is it doing? Keep reading.
Casting down imagination.
We casted down imagination. A lot of our people had no idea that they lived by imaginations in their head. Their whole life was based off of that. And when you start tearing that down, you turn down a people's way of life. And the first thing that a lot of people have, especially when they rolling in the spirit of God, is not acceptance, it's defense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a defense mechanism, and that's our bodies, minds is based on survival. And when you start destroying or disrupting that way of life or that reality for the mind, it's automatic defense mechanism. Fight against it, fight against it.
Yep.
But we casting down imaginations. For what reason, though? Keep reading.
And every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God.
That's the only reason we doing it, is because it's going against the knowledge of God. Mm-hmm. And what we going in today concerning New Year's is against the knowledge of God. That's the only reason we got to cast down your imagination.
That's right.
If it was in line with the Bible, we ain't got no problem with it. You wouldn't hear us say, we wouldn't even mention anything about Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, daggone witchcraft. We wouldn't mention nothing about it if it was of God. But it opposes God, and therefore it destroys you. We got to cast down the imagination.
And that's the thing. If you can find it in the Bible, if there's scriptures that justify the things you celebrate, show us. Mm-hmm. Show us in the Bible as it is written, not something you made up, or you got to go to some commentary, or you got to go to some other language. Show us in the Bible as it is written, and we'll go with it.
We'll go with it.
If the Bible says it.
Call in today. We got the number there, 405-283-2244. You're more than welcome to call in. With your thoughts, your comments. We are here for live callers, all right?
That's right.
So let's get into it. We're talking about New Year's today. I was shocked to, because I'm a newfound social media member now. I'm on there now, and I'm doing different topics. I was shocked to know, and it's been so long since I've been of the world. I didn't know that many people did not know where January come from. I thought that was common knowledge. But some of the posts that I've made have went viral. Like, people didn't know, like, where the name come from, the reason why. It's just they have no. And I should expect that because, we done graduated college and everything where we are. They are getting worse as far as education wise.
The knowledge has increased in the earth, but the people have gotten worse.
Yeah. Technology, what they say, technology make you dumber.
Yep.
Yes.
It does.
Our people would rather be in that ignorance. Like our people
Yeah.
really don't care the meaning behind what they celebrate. They'll rather be in that ignorance and be at peace with what they're doing.
Yeah, that's a good point right there. Where does it say that? It says that in Wisdom of Solomon, right? Let's get that in Wisdom of Solomon. Because God mentioned that. It was the same as it is. Ain't nothing new up under the sun.
Right.
The same as it is today. It was in an ancient time that our people thought that way too. What we want? Wisdom of Solomon, is it 14 that I want? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 22.
Yeah.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 22.
Come on!
Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of God.
It wasn't enough just to not know about God. They had to take it to a step further. Not only did they not know about God, read on.
But whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance.
In just everyday life, everyday knowledge, just worldly information, they was in ignorance of that. What did they say about it?
Those so great plagues called they peace.
God called it a plague to be ignorant.
Right.
They called it peace, man. If I don't know, man, I'm good. Wow. Walking around, don't know nothing about nothing, out here thinking everything's good, living in peace in ignorance. God said that's a plague, man. You should know at least a little bit about everything. Go ahead.
I want to get one more. Get Matthew 24. Read verse 24.
The book of Matthew.
Because we got to understand the level of, because we read that in Corinthians, the level of spiritual warfare we are at, and the enemy that we are fighting against, the level of witchcraft that he has put on this earth. Read that.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 24.
Let's go.
For there shall arise false Christ.
Christianity, that false image of Caesar Borgia, that false Christ have risen on the earth. But watch this, Reed.
And false prophets.
Yo, lying pastor, these ministers, these preachers, these people that put themselves up to know God, Reed.
And shall show great signs and wonders.
And guess what? This society has showed great signs and wonders. They dropped a bomb on a country. Understand that? That's a great sign and a wonder.
Yeah.
To where now you got nations all over the earth celebrating Christianity, worshiping Christianity. Matter of fact, celebrating Christmas and New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
In January 1st, where a lot of these countries didn't celebrate it in the past. But watch this. Here's the point, Reed.
In so much that,
Reed.
if it were possible,
Read.
they shall deceive the very elect.
If it was possible, this white man could deceive the very elect. That lets you know the amount of witchcraft and deception that's on the earth. So we shouldn't find it confusing that people are surprised that people don't know where this stuff comes from, even now in 2025, because the amount of witchcraft that this white man has put in this earth, or Caucasian man,
YT.
This YT. Forgive me, TikTok. We got TikTok moderator on there. Because Christ is letting you know, if it was possible,
We be caught up in it too.
He would deceive the very elect.
Yeah. You're right. We be caught up in it too. But the Lord pulled us out of that deception so we could edify you to bring you back to him. Because that's the whole purpose of this. It ain't for to show that we know some stuff. We some smart Negroes. Nah, it's all for the edification and the glory of God. So let's pull it up about January. Etymology online. This is where you can find this stuff, man.
I'm sorry, you made a statement.
Yeah.
You Apollopathetics. You urban Apollopathetics.
Are they scoffing already?
That's why you do it. No. That's why they do it. They do it to you learn all these different terms and books to be deep, to appear a certain type of way, but there's no solutions. There's no like think about it. Think about like why come against us? What is the end goal? To pull people to your church? Well, you don't have a church.
Right.
To pull people to
followers.
Your ministry? You don't have a ministry. Subscribers, followers, money.
I've got 20,000 subscribers. Okay.
But anyways.
Let's pull that up. January, etymology online. Let's read that first paragraph on.
Origin and history of January. Late 13th century and newer. Early 12th century and
Anglo-French. Anglo-French.
Uh-huh.
From Old North French, Genver. Old French, Genver. Modern French, Janver. From Latin, Enannuus Minus. The month of Janus.
The month of what?
The month of Janus.
January is the month of Janus. Okay, go ahead.
To whom the month was sacred as the beginning of the year, according to the Roman reckoning.
According to the Roman reckoning. A lot of people, and I did another reel or short, whatever you want to call it, on these websites, man, on social media. A lot of people don't know that America is Rome reborn.
Right.
They
don't know that.
No idea that it's Rome reborn. It's Mystery Babylon. It is. I'm talking about. It got that there 500,000 views already. Ain't even been up for a week. That one thing that is common knowledge to us, us believers, especially us that are of the faith and us in Israel united in Christ. We understand that we can see the scriptures of Mystery Babylon the Great. It's plain as day to us, but to those that walk in darkness, it is a whole debate in the comments. No, that's talking about religion. That's talking about Roman church. What? It's hidden to them.
Yep.
And the reason they don't even know that is because it's hidden, but America's Rome reborn.
Right.
And we're going to get into it, the names, the dates of the weeks, the way of the judicial system, the way it's set up, all of that stuff go back to Rome. It's just Rome reborn again.
That's it.
And we'll probably get that in Revelation, but it mentioned about the name of January being named after the Roman god named Janus. So let's do a little deep dive search in all the names of the months so we can understand where they come from and how they got there. It's going to prove it to you even more that this is the eighth head. Watch this. Pull it up so they can see that. The British Museum right here. Now, this is why we do facts. We go to accredited sources.
It's the British Museum.
British Museum from Buckingham Palace, Oxford. Like Bishop Yawasop say, shout out to the bishops and the deacons. Oxford. Let's see. What's that say right there? What's in a name? Months of the year. Let's read that paragraph.
We mark time in many different ways. One unit, the month, has been in use for thousands of years. We use their names all the time. But what do the months names mean? And where do they come from? Take a closer look. Ever wondered why we call the months what we do? Wondered no longer. Here's our handy guide to the names of the months of the year. Like many aspects of culture, it's a bit of a mixed bag. But we can thank the Romans for most of it.
We can thank who?
But we can thank the Romans for most of it.
We can thank the Romans for most of it. By the time we get to the end of this show, y'all gonna see, man, Revelation, that the Bible's a true book, man. Bible's a true book. So scroll up a little bit so we can see right there. There we go. So this is January. Go ahead.
January. January is named after the Roman god Janus. As you can see in this print, we had two faces.
Oh, he had
two faces so he could see the future and the past.
We're going to dive more into that too as we go. Go ahead.
He was also the god of doors.
He was the god of doors. Doorways. There you go right there. Let's go to the next one. We're going to go through all these real quick. Go ahead.
February. Yep. February is named after an ancient Roman festival of purification called Februa.
What's in the month of what's that?
Valentine's.
Valentine's. There you go. There you see where it's coming from. Purification. Okay, let's go down. Next one. March.
March is named after Mars, the Roman god of war. This statue shows him in battle gear. Wow. The Roman calendar originally began in March.
Oh, we're going to dive more into that. Go ahead.
And the months of January and February were added later after a calendar reform.
Man, it's so the deception of Babylon the Great, of Rome reborn, the eighth head is so entrenched in paganism and idolatry. It's going to blow your mind, man, when we get to this. Go ahead, next one. April.
April takes its name from the Latin word
Apiri.
Apiri. Okay, go to what's after April? May. Go ahead.
May is named after the Greek goddess Maia.
Maia. Okay, go ahead. No, go to the next one. June.
Yep.
June is named after the Roman goddess Juno.
Juno. So it's another Roman god. Go ahead.
July and August were named after two major figures of the ancient Roman world. The statesman Julius Caesar on the left, damage, and Roman's first emperor, Augustus.
Augustus. That's where you get July and August from. Julius Caesar and Augustus Caesar. So for those that don't know this, because we think it's common knowledge.
But it's not.
But it's not. Many people don't know that. All right, go ahead.
September and December. But what about the rest? September, October, November, and December are named after Roman numbers 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Wait a minute. Wait, this don't make sense right here. It says December is the 10th number of Rome, but it's the 12th month of the year.
Wow. Right.
Confusion. Straight confusion. Now watch this, what it says. Keep reading.
They were originally the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th months of the Roman year.
Yep, that goes back to what we read when he said about March, being where
beginning.
it used to start.
Yeah,
the calendar used to start.
Go ahead.
Before July and August were renamed after Roman rulers, they were called Quintilis and Sextilis, meaning 5th and 6th month. How boring.
How boring. Oh. Now that's where you get your names from, man. So let's read that bottom part. Let's see what it says.
So now you know why we call the months what we do. Here's one last fact. The word month itself is related to the moon.
Related to the moon. Okay.
It originally measured how long it took for the moon to complete a cycle around the earth.
Man, it's so much. It's so much in this stuff, man. We're going to get to all of it, man. So much. Hey, but give me that scripture about John 8:32. Yep. John chapter 8, verse 32. It's a reason why we going over this stuff. We went through that. You know, should we casting down imaginations? But it's a reason. It all goes into this. Go ahead, read that.
The book of St. John, chapter 8 and verse 32.
Come on.
And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
The truth shall make you free. You need to know that knowledge. And you'll be like, what does that got to do with salvation? Salvation. You're going to see that all of this stuff ties to how you are worshiping God just by the months of the year. The names of the year, you're going to see how it all ties back to God, and it's meant to deceive you, to turn you away from the truth of God. All right. So let's go. What else we got right there? We got the next one called 1 Chronicles 27.
Yeah.
Cause that was the names that Esau has given the names of the year of the month. But look what God refer to this the months of the year as. Let's read that 1 Chronicles 27. We're going to start at verse 1 and just read down.
The book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 27 and verse 1. Now the children of Israel, after their number, to wit, the chief fathers and captains of thousands and hundreds, and their officers that served the king in any matter of the courses, which came in and went out month by month.
Month by month. Now, look, we're going to see what God called the months. Go ahead.
Right. Throughout all the months of the year, of every course were 20 and 4,000. Over the first course of the first month.
Of the what?
Of the first month.
Of the first month. Go ahead.
Was Josambium, the son of Zabdiel. And his course were 20 and 4,000. Of the children of Perez was the chief of all the captains of the host for the first month.
For the first month. Go ahead.
And over the course of the second month.
Of the second month. Now let's jump down to verse 5.
Verse 5. The third captain of the host for the third month.
For the third month. Jumping down now to verse 7.
Verse 7. The fourth captain for the fourth month.
Verse 8.
Verse 8. The fifth captain for the fifth month.
So you get it. You start to get it. What God just read. Man,
right.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it,
Simple.
man. Just keep it simple. We don't need all these names and all these idol guys. We ain't tagging all that stuff to it, man. It's one, it's two, it's three, it's four, and so on and so on.
Right.
That's all it is. Just like the days, day one, day two. Let's go to it. Genesis. Let's get it in Genesis. There ain't no Monday with God, ain't no Tuesday, ain't no Wednesday.
It's 1, 2.
1, 2, 3. Let's get into it. Let's read verse. Where we gonna start at? Verse 5.
The book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 5.
Come on.
And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night.
Mm-hmm.
And the evening and the morning were the first day.
First day. Jump down to verse 8.
Verse 8. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day.
Jump to verse 13.
Verse 13. And the evening and the morning were the third day.
Was the third day. And you read so on, so on. 1, 2, 3. God make it simple.
Right.
To tell time. Just, hey, it's 1, 2, 3. That's
He didn't say the evening and the morning, that was Tuesday. No,
Right.
It didn't say
It
that.
didn't say that.
Right.
They didn't say that stuff at all, because all this stuff is idol gods. Like we read earlier, the names of the months is named after Roman gods. It's idolatry.
Right.
That the reason they named that stuff. Now, don't get silly. Hey, you know what? I'm not keeping Tuesday no more. Yes, your ass is. You're not going to go around and say, hey, it's the fourth day. You're not saying that, okay? Let's not get ignorant out here, because we're going to touch that a little bit later. Let's not get ignorant. What's today? Oh, today is the third day of the week, going into the fourth.
Your boss at your job will say, yeah, we got a meeting on Wednesday. I don't adhere to Wednesday, so I'm not coming.
Right. I'm coming on the third day of the... All right, Negro. Yeah, you can watch online. That's what they're gonna tell you. Work from home, with no pay.
Oh man.
Hey, but verse 14 in that. Let's read how the months and the days was kept. Let's read that.
Genesis chapter 1 and verse 14.
Come on.
And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven, to divide the day from the night. And let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years.
Let them be for signs. Go ahead.
And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also.
That's the sun and the moon. He made these. These are for days, for seasons, all of that. But how are we supposed to track ours? He's gonna tell. Well, we'll get it later on how you're supposed to track time of the month, right? Read on.
And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good.
Read.
And the evening and the morning were the fourth day.
There you go. He didn't say it was Wednesday. He did not say that. He just says it's the fourth day. After that came the fifth day, sixth and the seventh, so on and so on. But what does man think? When it comes to Esau, Esau says, I'm God. I'm good. Y'all don't think that Esau, because Esau has read this book.
Right.
He's read the Bible thoroughly. He has studied it. He knows what it's talking about. He knows who the people are. It ain't like he don't know what God says about the days and the months of the year, but he looked at this and said, I'm God. Yep. I'm naming them after the people I worship. Wow. He didn't care what God said. Because in his mind, he can change the days and the months and time if he want to. Because he believes he's God. Yes, okay.
Yeah, get that in Daniel. To go with what you're saying. Get that in Daniel, chapter 7. Verse 25.
You got to realize what it say. The white man's got a God complex.
Right. Yep.
Go ahead.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 25.
Bring it out.
And he shall speak.
The he there is what you say, the YT man, the Caucasian man. Esau, according to the Bible, America. Read on.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
Read.
And shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
We were wore out in captivity. He wore us out to the point that we don't even remember who we are or where we're from. Read on.
And think.
And this man thought in his mind, read,
to change times.
That he could change. Listen, I am God on earth. This is what he thinks. I can change times and what?
and laws.
And laws. The laws is talking about according to the Bible. You know what? It's okay for you to be a homosexual.
Yep.
You know what? You can get an abortion. It's okay to murder. It's okay to worship other gods.
You know what? You can start your year over.
You can start. You know
dead
what?
of winter.
You know what? It ain't March to April no more. When everything springs to life, it's in the dead of winter.
It's the dead of winter because I
said so. That's how he did it. He thought to change times and laws. Not only did he change when the year began, he changed when the month began,
and
he changed
day.
when the day began. Oh, we went all the way down to the seconds and the minutes.
There you go, seconds and the minutes.
I'm telling you, he went all the way from all levels, from year, month, day.
This man think he God so much, he even changed the time that you are supposed to be born.
Yes.
What do I mean by that? Wow. Conception start when that sperm hit the egg and boom, you see life there, and and the woman has a baby and stuff. The white man says no,
that ain't a life.
You're not even a human until you die out.
Come out, right?
He changed life. This man, get that in Ezekiel 28. You had something, officer? Okay, go to Ezekiel chapter 28. Yep. This man changed when you are considered alive. Dang. Not when you're in your mama's stomach, when you pop out.
Yep.
That's crazy. Get that, Ezekiel 28. Let's read 1 and 2.
Yep.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 28 and verse 1. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus.
Now, Tyrus was an ancient Canaanite, Hamite nation, but he's using that in code to compare it to who he's really talking about, because Tyrus was, they were seafarers. They controlled the sea because they lived on the coast. All right, read on.
Thus saith the Lord God, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am God.
I am a God. They said, I'm a God, man. I can change all of this, man. I rule. I done conquered all the people. I can change what God said about the months. He said 1, 2. I'm calling it January, February, after my God. He said Monday, Tuesday, Sunday. You know what? Let's name it. He named it 1, 2, 3. Let's name it after our gods, because I am a God. I can do what he does. Wow. Read on.
I sit in the seat of God.
I control everything on this earth. God ain't down here. I rule this. Go ahead.
In the midst of the seas. Yet thou art a man.
God's reminding him, you ain't nothing but a man. Right. You don't live forever. The only reason they in power and they are changing the times and the days and the months and giving them different names is because God is allowing them to do that. So God can see who's going to really follow him once the truth comes out. Once the imagination is cast down, God wants to see, do you really think that white man is God, or I am God? Which one? I want to see. So I'm going to let this stuff happen, and then I'm going to bring the truth to you, and then I'm going to see what you going to do. Who you going to follow? You going to follow that YT man, or you going to follow God Almighty? Go ahead, keep reading.
Thou art a man and not God. Though thou set thy heart as the heart of God.
They think they are God. They say, man, I can control this. I can decide when people are born. Hell, I can decide when you die. What I mean by that? Everybody knew that George Floyd, when he had that knee upon his neck and he was unalived. See, I'm there. He was unalived. Everybody knew that man was gone on that corner right there. When that knee was on his neck, when they picked him up and his neck was limp, he was gone. Everybody knew that. They didn't pronounce George Floyd unalived until he got to the hospital and the YT man said, yeah, he's gone. And then they put on the death certificate, deceased at this such and such time. Right. It took 20, 30 minutes to get to that hospital. He been gone.
And you see that, though. You're right. That's a heavy point right there, because you'll see that a body. There was another incident that happened where somebody was unalive, and the body laid there for like 3 hours. And it's not,
Mike Brown.
Yeah, Mike Brown happened. There was another one. A young man was just taking the trash out, and the neighbor shot him because he thought he was robbing him. and the body laid out there until the ambulance got there. But you're right, until they write that time of death on the coroner's report or whatever, the autopsy. That's when you died in the eyes of this Caucasian man.
Yep,
That's heavy right there.
Hey man, shout out to Sister Natalia for the super chat donation.
Sir.
We appreciate that, Sister Natalia, and also Deborah Taylor. Thank you for your donations, man. That's going to help us out a lot. All praise to the Most High. So, he think he is who he is, man. Get that in Thessalonians. While we talking about the YT. Unless you had it, officer?
Yeah,
okay, go ahead. You got it.
That Caucasian man.
Yep.
Read
from
that
the Caucasus Mountains.
Go on to what you were saying.
Wow.
Read that.
The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 4.
Let's go.
Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God.
This is the so-called YT.
There you go, YT man.
The so-called YT man. He exalted himself above all that is called God.
Yep. Or that is worship.
And that nobody want to be worshipped more than the so-called YT man.
Yep.
He want everybody to worship him. That's why you see everything you worship is all
Roman.
All is everything white, right? Read.
Yep.
So that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
That he is God. That's how people look at the so-called white man. That he walk in the image of God. That's why you see the so-called the white image of Jesus Christ. Our people looking at him as God.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Jump up to verse 9.
Verse 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan.
And that's what we got to understand. His coming is after the working of Satan, read.
With all power and signs and lying wonders.
And lying wonder. That's what we also got to understand. This so-called white man, this so-called YT man, he is a liar.
Straight up.
And the scripture tell us that we should never trust our enemy.
Yep, straight up. Man, hey, I'm glad you pulled that scripture. That's another point in him thinking that he's God.
Yep.
He even made himself look like God.
Right. Yes.
Not only did he change the months, the days, the times, when you're born, when you leave this earth, he said, man, I'm going to make myself look like God in the earth.
And the people of God.
Yeah, he done turned them into him.
Right.
Wow.
Damn.
And he done took the nationality of the people of God.
Wow.
Wow. Dang. Man, hey, the Bible a true book, man. And that's why this is why they only want us to stay in Christianity and not to come out of it, because you can only be deceived when you are in their religious system of the false prophet. In the beast system, like it says in Revelation, you can only be deceived when you're in it. When you come out of it, then God can open up your eyes to the world around you. He can lead you to that truth. But even if you come out of it, you got to leave its doctrine and its principles where it was. You can't just leave, because this is what people doing. They leave in the Christian church,
but keep the same.
But they keeping the same mindset, the same doctrine, and they taking it with them outside of it. You have to leave it where it is. You can't touch anything that is defiled. You got to leave it where it is and start afresh and be retaught. And that's what we doing here. You got to be retaught. That's why we cast down imagination. Now they mentioned about month, right? In that, let's go to that Easton's Bible Dictionary where it talks about month. Let's read that for them.
Month. Among the Egyptians, the month of 30 days each was in use long before the time of Exodus and formed the basis of their calculations. From the time of the institution of the Mosaic law, the month among the Jews was lunar.
It was what?
It was lunar.
I want you to keep that in mind. It said it was lunar. That means it was based upon the moon. Because God said, hey, I want this right here. This is how it's going to be done right here, Moses. Okay, keep reading.
The cycle of religious feasts depended on the moon.
It depended on the moon. Go ahead.
The commencement of a month was determined by the observation of the new moon. The number of months in the year was usually 12. 1 Kings chapter 4 and verse 7. 1 Chronicles chapter 27 verse 1 through 15.
We read that. Go ahead.
But every third year, an additional month, Adar, was inserted so as to make the months coincide with the seasons.
With the seasons, right? So it can stay in order. Now read that next part.
The Hebrews and Phoenicians had no word for month, Save moon.
They only understood a month as what word?
Save moon.
Only as moon. That's it. Go to Sirach 43 now.
Yep.
Sirach chapter 43. Did that mean they worshiped the moon? No, but that's how they kept track of the days of the month, the months of the year, by the moon.
That's it.
Let's read that 43 and 7.
Yep.
Yes, sir. The book of Sirach, chapter 43 and verse 7.
Let's go.
From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. The month is called after her name.
The month is called after her name.
That's
after
clear.
the moon. That's a month moon. This is how you're going to tell what month you are in, how long the month is by the moon.
That's it.
That's why we had a celebration, a feast day called New Moon.
Yep.
It let us know this is the new month that you are in right here. This is the second month now. Because why? This is the second new moon that you have seen. The third new moon that you have seen. You get that in about David?
And Numbers. No, I was
go ahead. You can pull that. I'm going to get the one about David.
Yep. Get there. What is it? Numbers 10. Read Numbers 10, verse 10.
Make sure you're sharing this live so people can understand, because it's coming up. New Year's is coming up. The Roman New Year is coming up, and many people are about to be deceived, and we're going to get into it. Go ahead.
The book of Numbers, chapter 10 and verse 10. Also in the day of your gladness, and in your solemn days, and in the beginnings of your months.
In the beginnings of what?
Of your
This
months.
is talking about the new moon.
Yep.
Read on.
Ye shall blow with the trumpet over your burnt offerings.
We blew up the trumpets in the new moon. Get that in Psalms? Psalms 82. 82 and 2.
Yes, sir. The book of Psalms, chapter 82 and verse 2.
Come on.
Or 81 and 2. I'm sorry.
Chapter 81, verse 2.
Let's go.
Verse 3. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed on your solemn feast day.
That's saying the same thing we read in Numbers. Numbers said in the beginning of your months. We read in Psalms, it says in the new moon, showing you what we read in Sirach was accurate.
Yep.
The month was called after her name. It's the beginning of our months. It's how we calculate our days, how we calculate the months of the year.
Yep. Now,
Wait,
what?
you got that?
Yeah, Samuel. Because I want y'all to say that Christ lived by this too.
Right, yes.
He lived by this. Although Rome was occupying Israel at this time, he wasn't going by their time. He was going by the time that God had set upon the earth. And David did as well. 1 Samuel 20, and let's read verse 5.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 20 and verse 5.
Come on.
And David said unto Jonathan, Behold, tomorrow is the new moon.
Tomorrow is the new moon. It's the new moon. Now watch this. Watch this. We're going to see something about the new moon. Jump over to verse 24. About the new moon.
Verse 24. So David hid himself in the field. And when the new moon was come, the king sat him down to eat meat.
So this was the what? This was the beginning of the month. Now watch it. It's going to say this. Keep reading.
And the king sat upon his seat as at other times, even upon a seat by the wall. And Jonathan arose, and Abner sat by Saul's side. And David's place was empty. Nevertheless, Saul spake not anything that day.
On that day. Now watch this. Keep reading. It's going to tell you what day that was. Read on.
For he thought something hath befallen him. He is not clean. Surely he is not clean.
Surely he is not clean. Go ahead.
And it came to pass on the morrow.
On the morrow. And what was the morrow?
Which was the second day of the month.
The second day of the month. The new moon, which is a full moon, and y'all see it a little bit later, that is the first day of the month. That's how you tell time. And after that, second day, third day, and so on and so forth. That's what we read in Sirach. Go back to Sirach chapter 43.
Yep.
The book of Sirach, chapter 43 and verse 7. From the moon is a sign of feast.
That's why they knew it's time to keep the new moon.
Right.
It's time to celebrate, y'all. It's the beginning of the month.
Yep.
Go ahead.
A light that decreaseth in her perfection.
That let you know that it is bright. The new moon is not a dark moon like Esau. He even changed that on the calendar.
I'm telling you, this man thought to change
Wow,
times
man, we are
and
exposing this,
laws.
man. It's heavy. It is deep. How much and they understand the witchcraft that is behind changing time, that they can manipulate the way that you worship God with time. Right. Man, that's heavy. Go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 8. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing.
So it starts to change from when it was full. Go ahead.
Being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven.
That's where the angels, they making battle plans. It shined when Moses seen it. Then that's why, as it said in that, let's pull back up that Eastern's and let's read that second paragraph again.
The Hebrews and Phoenicians had no word for the month save moon.
The only moon. Hey, man, it's a new moon. It's a new moon. It's a new moon. It's a new moon. Hey, man, what moon is it? It's the fourth moon.
The fourth moon.
It's the fourth moon of the year.
Yeah.
But hey, man, I know something coming up in a few days. Yeah, it's about to be the seventh month, or the seventh moon of the year. That's blowing the trumpets coming up.
Yep.
That's how we talk to each other. Oh, it's the eighth moon, seventh moon. And now we have to change our language. And now we got to say, oh, man, yeah, it's August. Oh, it's September.
September,
Why?
right.
Because that YT man said, I'm God. I'm changing all of that. Y'all gonna follow me, what I say, man. Oh, man, that's heavy, man. All right, hey, go to that next image right there, because we diving some more into it. Let's read that for him.
January, first month of the Gregorian calendar. It was named after Janus, the Roman god of all beginnings.
It said it was named after Janus, the Roman god of all beginnings. And what else it say?
January replaced March as the first month of the Roman year.
It replaced the first month. It replaced March. So all the world was going by the time that God had went, and that's around March, April. We're gonna pull out the facts so you can see that. The YT man came into power and said, you know what? I'm great. I'm changing all of that stuff. Everybody's about to follow what I say. You about to you about to think how I think. You're gonna dress how I dress. You're gonna worship how I worship. You're gonna do everything that I don't care what that says. Now watch what it says here. Let's go to the book of Revelation. Go to the book of Revelation where it says that. Revelation chapter 13. Why is that in America? Why did America decide to say, you know what? Everything that was in Rome, the way they thought, the way they moved, the way they talked, we're going to bring it here.
Right.
And just do a little bit of spin on it, but it's still going to be from Rome. Romans 13, let's read verse 11.
The book of Revelation.
Revelation 13, yep.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 11. Come on. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth.
Out of the earth. It's going to tell you who it is. Watch this. Keep reading.
And he had two horns like a lamb.
That's going into its political systems, right? It's talking about the way it conducts itself. So they got two horns like a lamb. It seems docile. Those two systems are what? Republican and Democrat. It seems like it's for you, that it's docile. It's in your favor. Read on.
And he spake as a dragon.
It spake as a dragon. This is how you know this is talking about America, because you're seeing the other side of this beast where it says it got two horns like a lamb. It seems docile, but it speak like a beast. You see that out of Trump right now. And you can't deny that. You can't deny that Trump is speaking like a dragon.
Right. Man.
And he's just one part of the horn. He's the other side of it. But one does it in your face, the Republicans, and the other side does it behind closed doors with gifts. They destroy you with gifts. The other one says, hey, we straight out don't like you. Right up to your face, man. Hey, whatever. If you don't like it, leave the country.
Right.
That's what they say. Right? That's exactly what they say. Now it says that, but he spake as a dragon. But watch what it says here in verse 12 about this beast, which is America, that had political systems that seemed docile, but it was like a dragon the way it spoke. Watch the next verse. Read on.
And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast.
Of the first beast that it came from, it exercises all the power of that first beast. Now, we have to go into prophecy and all. Let's go to it. You know, Bishop gonna be watching. He goes, hey, wait, why don't you go to that? We gonna do it for you, Bishop. We gonna let them know. We've been paying attention to the bishops and deacons.
That's right.
Let's get that in the book of Daniel. Go to Daniel chapter 2. Is that what I want?
Yep.
Yep, Daniel chapter 2. And let's read verse 40 on down.
The book of Daniel, chapter 2 and verse 40. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron.
That's talking about as military, as strong as iron. It's hard to defeat. Go ahead.
For as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise.
It's going to bring everybody into subjection. It's going to destroy everybody. Go ahead.
And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes.
Now it keeps going down into this body. It keeps going down into the body. It's the feet and the toes now. Read on.
Part of potter's clay and part of iron.
Now it's talking about it's mixed. It's got iron and it got clay in there. That's not supposed to be in the iron. Go ahead.
The kingdom shall be divided.
It's going to be what?
Shall be divided.
It's going to have those two political systems like it read in Revelation. It's going to have two horns. It's going to present itself as docile, but it's going to have the strength of iron. Read on.
But there shall be in it of the strength of the iron. For as much as thou sawest the iron mix with miry clay.
That's why it's able to speak like a dragon, because it got that iron. And what do we say? The slang terms that black folk look, hey man, don't mess with me. I got that iron on my hip. Talking about a weapon.
Right.
It's talking about weapons. They are
firearms specifically.
Right. They able to speak like a dragon because they got the bombs.
Right.
They can say whatever they want to, and you gonna have to accept it. You gonna have to take it. It ain't nothing you can do about it because they got the strength of the iron, like the first beast had, the fourth kingdom had in ancient times. The Roman army could not be defeated when it was first coming up in power. Now watch this, verse 42.
And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken.
And why is it partly strong and partly broken? Because it's a nation divided with those two horns. What did Christ say? A nation divided cannot stand. You can't stand. You can't have two opposing thoughts and think that this is going to work. But Esau thinks it is, that we can't have all the power in one person's hand. So you know what? When we create this new country, we're going to split it up and give two different powers to one side and the other side and let them make decisions. God's like, man, I got them in the trick bag. I got them in the trick bag, man. They are done for because it's going to weaken the nation. Now read on, verse 43.
And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men.
All nations are going to be here. Just like it was in Rome. In Rome, it was all people that was there. Go ahead.
But they shall not cleave one to another.
It's still going to be racism. Go ahead.
Even as iron is not mixed with clay.
There we go. So this place right here is Rome reborn on the earth. Go back to Revelation. Go back to Revelation. Watch this, what it says. Revelation chapter, 13 and verse 12. Watch what it says about this beast, this fourth kingdom that is just Rome reborn. Read on.
Revelation chapter 13 and verse 12.
Come on.
And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast.
To do what?
To worship the first beast.
Can you go back to that article again that you just had up right there? What did they do? How does America cause you to worship Rome? Read it again.
January, first month of the Gregorian calendar. It was named after Janus, the Roman god of all beginnings.
They caused you to worship this place by naming the months of the year, the start of the year after Rome. Man, the Bible is a true book, man.
Yep, that's it.
It's a true book. It's telling you how you are worshiping Roman gods, Roman customs, Roman way of thinking. It's because America brought it here. God been told you that thousands of years ago.
That image that you worship in Christianity came from Rome.
Yep. Straight up.
Caesar Borgia.
Straight up. You can't deny them facts. Now let's go to that next one. Because that was talking about January. Now it says it changed it from March, right? Mm-hmm. So look what Esau did. This is what he does right here, because this is who he is. He changed it from God's time in March. Now look what he changed it to. Read that.
How our calendar came to be.
From the almanac, that's another accredited source. Go ahead.
Right.
The ancient Roman calendar. Today we follow the Gregorian calendar, but it is based on the ancient Roman calendar, believed to have been invented by Romulus, who served as the first king of Rome around 753 BC.
753 BC, go ahead.
The Roman calendar, a complicated lunar calendar.
A complicated lunar calendar now, go ahead.
Had 12 months like our current calendar, but only 10 of the months had formally names. Basically, winter was a dead period.
Wait a minute, what was winter?
Basically, winter was a dead period.
So God said, I'm gonna make the new year when there's life out here. The white man said, I'm going to put it in the dead of winter. I'm breaking death. Can we get the scriptures on that? I'm telling you, it's so much that is hidden in mystery. Babylon the Great, the beast of America, the fourth kingdom, the devil. It's so much hidden behind the names and the times that it does that you can't even unravel it all. You can't unravel it. It takes the Spirit of God to lead you to see these things, because the rabbit hole's so deep you can never get to it, man. Let's read that in Habakkuk. Is that what I want? What you got, man?
It says basically winter was a dead period. Esau said, you know what? If to hell with that life stuff, we're gonna make it the dead. I'm gonna make you worship my gods in the dead, and when everything is dead,
you gonna worship death. Man, that's crazy. Go ahead. Let's read that Habakkuk chapter 1, and let's read verse. Where we want to start at? Verse 6. Is this what I want? Let me see. Maybe it's higher. Verse 4. Let's start at verse 4.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 1 and verse 4.
Come on.
Therefore the law is slack.
No, Habakkuk 2 and 4. My bad.
2 and 4, yeah.
Yep.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 4.
Let's go.
Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
He don't want life. He don't care about life.
Yep.
He worships death. That's what he's about. That's why he can spill people's blood and bomb and destroy a whole nation of people, genocide a whole people, give them diseases with chicken pox, and then be like, this is God's land. In God we trust. His spirit ain't right in him, y'all. Go ahead.
Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. But the just shall live by his faith.
You got to live by faith when you're around this man, because his soul ain't right. You're going to see so much evil and atrocities that are happening to you, man. You got to live by faith around this man. Go ahead.
Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine.
He transgressed by wine. He lies with some lies. Yeah, we saw that. He's all right. He transgresseth. Go ahead.
He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
You know what a part of that pride is?
Right.
Is that he will change the image from the biblical image of what God and Christ look like to make it look like him. He will take the times, the days, the month of how God called him, and he will make it be after him. That's pride in him. And so much pride that he don't keep it home, he spreads that across the world.
Yep.
Wow! He spreads that thought across the world. Go ahead.
Who enlargeth his desire as hell. And is as death.
He's what?
And is as death.
He is as death. That's why when he came into power, he got some rulership. He said, God talking about life, I want death on this earth. And I'm going to make the time of the year resemble that. Wow. Can we pull up that image about what winter symbolizes? We casted down all imaginations, man. Make sure you share this with your mama and them.
We're
in this building. Call in if you got anything you want to talk about.
The phone lines are open. 405-283-2244.
Make sure you call in.
405-283-2244. Go ahead, read that.
We want to hear your thoughts. Go ahead.
What does winter symbolize? Winter symbolize many contrasting ideas. primarily representing dormancy.
Dormancy is what winter represents. Endings, struggle,
and death.
And what did the white man do?
God.
He said this new year is going to be about struggle and death. God, the Bible's a true book, man.
The devil.
The devil's who we dealing with.
Hey, go down to
negative,
Yeah, right there.
Negative and challenging symbolism. Death and endings. The end of the year. The fading of life. Old age and mortality.
Man, this is why he wanted. He moved it, y'all. He moved it to represent this because he's about death. Don't let them lie to you about they all about life. No, they're not. That's why they will not do away with that murder law that they have for women. They won't do away with it. They about that death. They love it. Wow. Keep reading on in there. Let's pull it back up. The second one.
Struggle and hardship. A time of cold, darkness, and barrenness, representing challenges and despair.
Go ahead.
Isolation and loneliness.
Hey, you know what's heavy about this? Because everybody in a few days is going to be running around talking about new year, new me. I got my new goals and all this. Not realizing this is you celebrating death.
That's it. That's the look at that. That's the witchcraft of Esau, that he will put time in the symbolism of death, but then turn around and deceive you that he's talking about death by saying, hey, new year, new life coming up. Man, hey, I'm telling you, the witchcraft of Esau is divine. As the officer read earlier, it comes from Satan himself to make a man think like this, that I honor death, but to make sure people don't know that I'm really honoring of death and ending, I'm going to give them something to hope for inside of this death. Wow. Man, that's some witchcraft. That's Satan level of witchcraft, man.
The devil.
Yeah, go ahead.
Esau put these things in place to keep our people in sin, right? Get Judah 5. Judah chapter 5, and I believe verse 20. Esau put these things in place to deceive our people, so that our people, like in Daniel 7, like it say how he wear out the saints of the Most High by changing times and laws. Because how are we expect to keep, God, our holy days if we think the beginning of the year is in January? Right. Read that for me.
The book of Judith, chapter 5, verse 20.
Let's go.
Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people,
if there be any sin in our people, read,
and they sin against their God,
and we sin against our God by celebrating January 1st to being the first year of the month, New Year's, Happy New Year, right? Read.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
Guess what? It will be our ruin. Damn. This will be the downfall of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
And this how the so-called YT man is able to continue to overcome us. That's why we continue to stay on the bottom. That's how we continue to go through these atrocities, right? Read.
Wow. Verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation.
This is what they understand. They know for sure if there is no iniquity amongst us, read.
Let my Lord now pass by.
They know they got to pass by us, read.
Lest their Lord defend them and their God before them.
Because if we keeping the commandments of God, God will defend us. So that's why they know we have to deceive this people. We got to let these people feel like they're doing right, but in all actuality, we are in sin.
Right. Man, that's heavy right there, man. Get that in 2 Corinthians 11 to go on with that. Make them feel like they doing right, all the while they in sin. And then it's so much that our people think they doing right. They fight against it when you bring the truth to them and giving you the origins of the stuff that you, no, it's for Jesus now.
And that's heavy you just said that, because there's going to be many churches that's going to be up in church on what they call New Year's Eve, talking about, I got to bring in the New Year right.
Yeah. We got some videos on that. 2 Corinthians 11, verse 13.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11 and verse 13.
Let's go.
For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Christ.
That goes into what you're talking about. They're going to tell people to come to church on this day. They're going to tell people to come to church. Let's break in this new year with God. Them is false apostles. And look who set them up. Read on.
And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
That goes back to what the office is talking about. All the while you in the midst of sin think you doing good, but that's Satan that done transformed himself and got you following after the ways of this YT man, and you just marching, skipping. You skipping down, what's that? The wide road that lead to destruction with a smile on your face. Happy as hell.
With their black eyed peas
hand in
and rice.
hand with your pastor. He said what?
With their black eyed peas and rice.
Yeah, you from the country. I know you from the country now, boy. That's a staple in the black community at this time.
What the black eyed peas?
It says Satan transformed himself to deceive you, and he's using a YT man to do it. Go ahead.
Verse 15. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness.
They work for him. They know how to deceive you too.
Right.
All they got to do is throw some God on it. It could be some paganism. It could be some idolatry. It could be Christmas. It could be Thanksgiving. It could be birthdays. It could be New Year's. They're going to deceive you. All they're going to do is throw God on it.
Do it in the name of Jesus.
In the name of Jesus now. It don't matter where it came from. It don't matter what we actually, man. Jesus is in this, man. It's the reason for the season. They're going to deceive you because they set up by Satan. They know how to deceive you, manipulate words and text. They know how to manipulate history, just like Satan know how to. Jump back over to verse 3.
That statement has got to be one of the most ignorant statements. This is the reason for the season. It's in the middle of winter, which represents death.
Right.
Talk about this the reason for the season.
Wow. No, you worship a tree.
Right.
Read that verse 3.
2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3.
Come on.
But I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety,
Read.
so your minds shall be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Christ.
We in fear, brothers and sisters, that you're going to follow these ways to your own destruction. You're going to stay in these all of your life until you leave this earth, and you're going to die in your sins, and God going to judge you for them. That's why we teach as much as we can, whether it be Clubhouse, 24 hours a day, 6 days a week. And then on the 7th day, we broadcast in our classes. We got classes in the morning for you. We got classes in the afternoon. We got classes in the evening. Man, we putting out classes on YouTube so you can go back and watch them, because we fear that some of us is going to pass away in our sins,
right,
and we're going to be judged for it. And God, ignorance ain't an excuse with God.
Right.
Especially in this day when he done made the internet for us. He got the Israelites all over YouTube. Hey, he got people on the corner, live and in the flesh, all year round, somewhere on the earth. There ain't no excuse when we meet God in that time.
Hey, read that bottom part again. You can read the whole verse again.
Verse 3. But I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind shall be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Christ.
The scripture says the simplicity that is in Christ. It's simple. And a lot of our people find it very hard. I don't know why you have a problem. It's simple. Think about this. When it just the months, right? The simplicity in Christ is God said this is the first month. 1, 2, 3.
Good point.
4, 5. That's simple.
Yeah.
Esau said, no. January, February, March. We're going to name them after gods. You know what? When we get to September, November, December, yeah, I know those words mean 8, 9, and 10, but that's going to be the 10th, the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th month.
Yeah.
That's not simple. Wow. That's confusion. Right. It says it's simplicity in Christ. Understand that. That's why I get that in go to say in Corinthians, go over to 14, read verse 34. 2 Corinthians 14. Or 1 Corinthians 14, I'm sorry. 14, read that.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 34. Verse 33.
Bring it out.
For God is not the author of confusion.
God doesn't author confusion. God is not the author of these months, these other gods, these false pagan holidays. God ain't the author of that. Read on.
But of peace, as in all churches of the saints.
But of peace. And in all churches of the saints. It's simple to follow Christ. Christ said, don't do this, don't do it. Christ said, do it, do it. Mm-hmm. It's simple. But when you look at these other, when it comes to these pagan holidays, these other gods, these traditions set up, it's always confusion. And ain't nothing peaceful about it. Let's keep it real.
Nah. Wow.
Let's keep it 100, because we all know this pagan holiday that's coming up, New Year's, it's going to be all types of unaliving. It's going to be all types of debauchery.
Good point. Yep.
All types of fornication. Mm-hmm. No, God ain't the author of that.
Mm-hmm.
But that was
straight up. Let's pull up that book for him about when the Most High gave the new year. Let's read that in the Zondervan.
All right. Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary.
If you don't have one of these, it's on Amazon. It costs like $10, $15 or something. But you should get one of these because it's got a lot of good definitions in it that coincide, that are correct with the Bible.
Right.
Go ahead. Let's go on the inside of it. Now let's read that.
A bib, an ear of corn. The pre-exile name for the first month of the year.
It's the name of the first month of the year. That's what it was. The first month, we're going to call it a bib because this is when the corn is going to come back. I ain't never seen no corn that is grown out of the ground during the winter. No. Wow. I know they got their GMO stuff. I know that. But I'm pretty sure that it still ain't growing in the dead of winter when snow is falling out the sky. Wow. No. Not outside it ain't. Wow. If it's in a greenhouse or whatever, it might there. But that ain't real corn.
And we ain't talking about that genetically modified.
Yeah, I don't know what you eating. You
corn Esau and trying to play God.
No. Go ahead. Let's finish that out.
Exodus chapter 13 and verse 4.
Come on.
Verse 23, chapter 23 and verse 15, and chapter 34 and verse 18.
Read.
After the exile, the name was changed to Nisan.
But when was it though? When is the new year of God? Go ahead.
It fell about the time of our March and early April.
Our March and early April. That's why we was reading all those articles where it said everybody was keeping the start of the year in March. Because everybody went by the time that God had set up since the time of Adam. Say that again. They going by the time that God set up since the time of Adam. All God did, he gave it back to the children of Israel when we came out of slavery from Egypt because we were following the Egyptian calendar. They had 10-day weeks and they had tracked their time by the sun. They worshiped Ra. So God had to set us back in order. He had to tell us, no. This is the time of the new year. This is the first month. It's going to be between March and April, depending on the moon.
Right. When
you get to 12 moons, depending on where it is, it might fall in March. It might be in early April, the 12th moon, and then it's going to start over again. All right. So let's go to that next one. Well, no, but you know what? Yeah, let's go to the next one first. Then we'll get to script. So here's another dictionary. Go ahead.
Young's Bible Dictionary. Dr. G. Douglas Young, General Editor.
Let's go inside of it. Now let's read that paragraph at the top.
All right.
There we go. For those that got bad eyes, go ahead. We helping y'all out.
Yeah. All the way in.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Cal.
No, originally.
In Hebrew.
Originally, the end of the year seems to have occurred after the fall harvest in September or October.
Because here comes the new year. It's coming around. This is the fall, and then here comes the winter. This is not the new year. It's the end of the year. Go ahead.
Exodus 23 and 16 and Exodus 34 and 22. But from the Exodus onward, Passover, spring.
When?
Spring.
The new year is in the spring. Go ahead.
Mark the first month of the year.
The first month of the year is in springtime. Tell your mama and them that this ain't that. Now I know that all black folks say this, and we don't even know why. It's a thing called April's Fools. Now it's a whole history behind that. You got to look that up. It's a reason why they say that. April Fool's is because it ain't really the new year. It ain't the new year didn't start back then. The new year started now, man. You April Fool, man. You late. You missed it. You're really late, man. It didn't start back then. It really just started now. But you've been counting time since daggone January, man. You April Fools out here, man. It says it's the first month of the year. Now let's scroll down on that and see what it says of when it is, just to confirm it in another source. Read that.
Month.
And what number is that?
1.
Month 1. That's it. And look, and what it say at the top of that?
Modern equivalent.
Equivalent is when?
April or late March.
There you go. That's the new year. God called it month 1, moon 1. And then the modern equivalent is April or late March. And it was called what? What was it called?
Abib.
Abib. Y'all need to screenshot this stuff. If you're watching the class, run it back some. And after we done, you can screenshot this stuff and show your mama and them, your father, your brothers, your cousin them, that this is what God say about the new year. It's not January 1st. It's not coming up in a few days. We still got a few months before the new year hits.
Hey, and this is how you know he thought to change times and laws. I want to go back up here and give me Revelations 3 and verse 9. Read this part right here after where you left off.
Exodus chapter 12 and verse 2. Israel later returned to the fall, as in the modern Jewish New Year's.
So Esau, another way he thought to change times and laws. All right, I'm going to have everybody celebrate the Romans and change it to January after the god Janus. And now, as Amalek calling himself a Jew, you say, you know what? We still ain't going to do that in April, man. We're going to change it to spring and October. To hell with what God got to say is. That's what he's talking about. It says Israel later returned to the fall as the modern Jewish New Year's. Because they say that they the people of the book, and they still don't even keep it like the book says it.
They don't do it at all.
Read that.
They don't do it at all.
Revelations.
Chapter 2.
Yep.
Verse
9, ain't it?
Verse 9.
Yes, sir.
The book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
I know thy works and tribulations and poverty.
Because somehow people might, you know what, let me look into it, and you start looking up what's the Jewish New Year, and you're going to get September and October, which is false, because they ain't the real people of the book. Read that.
I know thy works and tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich.
We are rich, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. God knows our tribulations, our poverty, the things we go through. Read on.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
He also knows the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
Yeah.
It's talking about that Caucasian man, that YT man. As a so-called Jew, he changed times and laws. As an American man, he changed times and laws.
Straight up.
As a Roman man, he changed times and laws. This Caucasian man, it don't matter what he calls himself, he's going to change times and laws.
Damn.
Read on.
And are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
And the Bible says that this YT man is the synagogue of Satan.
That's it.
Read.
Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold,
That was it.
Well, no, that's a good verse right there, because we're going to end up suffering from exposing his lies.
Oh, yeah.
You think this man that think
100%.
he's God in his mind is not going to go down without a fight for exposing his lies? Eventually, he's going to turn that focus on us and start coming after Israelites, because we are casting down all his imaginations.
So it don't matter which New Year you get from this Caucasian man, it's all a lie.
It's all a lie.
It ain't biblical.
Straight up. Now go to that next image, because we saw what it said about winter, how it's death, it's destruction, all of that stuff. And Esau said, yeah, man, this is new. This is when we gonna start it, when it's dead out here. Look when God starts his new year of spring, what it means. Go ahead, read that.
spring is characterized by renewal.
By what?
Renewal.
By renewal. You know what that's called? Repentance.
Right.
It's about renewal. Let's start again. Let's make this thing right. How I made it in the beginning. Go ahead.
Rebirth.
Rebirth. Hey, it's time to come back out. It's time we are starting afresh again. All that dead stuff, that's not what I'm about. I'm about rebirth. Go ahead.
And transition from winter to summer.
Now let's jump down to natural phenomenon and growth.
Floral bloom, daffodils.
Come on,
Crocus.
Hold on, wait, hey, y'all over there on the ones and twos. What the hell that say? Hey, I don't know what that say. I'm with you, Rita. Crocs. That's Crocs.
That's Crocs.
Crocuses.
Crocuses.
That's all I got. Crocuses. Crocus.
Man, it's floral. It's
floral.
flower.
Okay,
it's a
flower.
plant.
Go ahead.
Tulips, cherry blossoms, and catkins appeared painting landscapes with color.
It painted with color. That's beautiful. God says it's time to paint this earth with color, not death and destruction and darkness. Let's paint this with color. Read the next one.
Plant life.
Plant life.
Dormant plants revive.
They come back to life again. Go ahead.
Trees grow new leaves and buds, and seeds take root.
Let's read the next one.
Animal activity.
Animal activity. What about the animals? Go ahead.
Animals like frogs, bears, and snakes emerge from hibernation.
From out of the darkness. Go ahead.
Birds migrate back.
They go back home to where they was originally supposed to be. Go ahead.
Singing and nesting.
Singing and nesting. The birds are singing. Thank God. They singing to God. Go ahead.
Baby animals, lambs, chicks are born.
Life is back on the earth.
That's right.
Go ahead. Let's read about weather.
Weather changes. Temperature rise. Days get longer. Night shorter. And
hold on. The darkness is short. The light is long upon the earth. Man, it's so much symbolism and so much behind why God said, no, this is when the year starts.
Right.
All of this goes with it, brothers and sisters. Read on.
And frequent rain.
It does what?
April showers help growth.
It helps growth. You survive. The food, the plants can be nourished and bring life to God's creation, whether it be the animals or the people. Go ahead.
Though frost can still occur. Water.
And what happens with water?
Melting snow and rain can cause rivers to swell and sometimes flood.
Hey man, the earth is it's so much in the earth. Sometimes it's an abundance and it swells and floods. But there's so much life that is in the earth. In spring, when God said, this is the new year.
Wow. Hey, get that Mark 12, read verse 27. That's heavy right there.
That's heavy, man. God is about what Cat about to bring out. Bring it out.
Read that.
The book of Mark, chapter 12 and verse 27.
Come on.
He is not the God of the dead.
Come on.
But the God of the living.
God is the God of the living. He is not the God of the dead.
That's right.
And guess what? The creation shows that. While you on January 1st talking about new year, new me, all of creation is looking at you as an example like, you stupid.
How are y'all made in God's image?
You stupid.
And y'all stupid don't even know it's dead out here.
The plants, the animals, even the weather.
Man.
Because God is not the God of the dead. He is the God of the living. Read.
Man, that's heavy.
Ye therefore do greatly err.
Our people greatly err and how we serve and worship God.
That's heavy. That's heavy. Hey, go to Isaiah 43. Isaiah 43. I want you to read verse 19. And then we're going to show he ain't never changed. So whatever you talking about, it don't matter about how we do it now. No, God ain't never changed from the beginning. Isaiah 43, read that in verse 19.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 43 and verse 19. Behold, I will do a new thing.
Behold, I do a new thing. Go ahead.
Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it?
You don't know it, man. You ain't paying attention that this is me right here. Right. I'm the God of the living. Look at all this stuff. You can't tell this is when I created the new year on the earth.
That's right.
This is when time is supposed to start anew. Go ahead.
I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert.
We just saw that where it talked about it springs forth. The water overflows because it's so much. It's going to be where God going to make water come out the desert where there was no water. Now watch this. Revelation chapter 21. Was Christ any different?
That's right.
He's just like his father. Revelation 21, verse 5.
The book of Revelation, chapter 21 and verse 5.
Let's go.
And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new.
I make all things new. That's what Christ is about. He ain't about death. He said, I make all things new. I bring back the dead. I bring them back to life. Read on.
And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful.
This is true and faithful. This is what Christ is about, because this is what his Father's about. New life, life. Not death. But watch this. Pull up at next.
Hey,
you got
that,
something?
yeah,
Go
get
ahead.
that Romans 1 real quick before we move on from the thought. Romans 1, read verse 20.
The book of Romans, chapter 1 and verse 20. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen.
It's clearly seen when the new year starts.
Yeah.
You see it in the plants and in the animals. We just brought it up. In the weather. But watch this, Reed.
Being understood by the things that are made.
By the things that are made, Reed.
Even his eternal power and Godhead.
Read.
So that they are without excuse.
So you are without an excuse to continue to keep worshiping these idols. It's clearly seen. You can see. Like in the springtime, that's when the trees start budding. You start hearing the birds chirping. Everything comes out of hide. Life springs forth. That is new. That's clear to understand. Okay, yeah, this is when God created and wanted the new year, not the dead of winter where it's still cold and frozen,
ain't nothing out,
dead.
Yeah, it's despair everywhere.
Despair everywhere.
People sad.
Animals hibernating.
So you are without excuse.
Dang, that's heavy. That's heavy. Man, that's why, what's his name? Solomon said, man, look to the ant. Y'all out here silly as y'all don't even know how to live life. Let an ant teach you how to live life. Man, that's heavy, man. Let's pull up. So look, we just went over about God and new life and all of that. But look why you got the 1st of January. Read it for him.
Julius Caesar is the historical figure responsible for establishing January 1st.
The YT man.
Yep.
The Roman Caesar is why you celebrate the new year on January the 1st. Go ahead.
As the first day of the year in the Western world.
In the Western world, go ahead.
This change took effect on January 1st, 45 BCE. Marking the inauguration of the Julian calendar.
So if you are celebrating the new year as January the 1st, just know you are following YT people.
Right.
Their way of life. Wow. This is not God's way of life. Right. This is not the God Almighty way. This is the man that thinks he's God, that when we read in Daniel 7:25, read that again, Daniel 7:25. What he said when he came into power, he moved it from March, all his life, spring, he moved it to the dead of winter in January. Read that.
Daniel chapter 7 and verse 25.
Come on.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
He ain't got to come out of his mouth and say it because it's in his actions. Go ahead.
And shall wear out the saints of the Most High. And think to change times and laws.
Now you got a name for who did it. You got a name for who did it.
Right.
And we know that Daniel's prophesying about the Greek and the Roman captivities that were to come. We got history to put with the names of the people that changed times and laws. Julius Caesar changed the new year of March and April to January 1st. And the date, 45 BC. Wow. We know it. Now, pull that back up, and let's go to the key facts about the reform. Why did he do it? Watch this, it's gonna blow your mind. Go ahead.
Purpose. The previous Roman lunar calendar had fallen approximately 3 months out of sync with the solar seasons.
It was the lunar. They was going by the moon, but they didn't do it like we did. They did it a different way, so they was all out of order. Go ahead.
Due to political manipulation
and miscalculation. Now watch this, the year of confusion. Go ahead.
The year of confusion. To realign the calendar with the sun.
Hold on, wait a minute. What did the Romans do?
To realign the calendar with the sun.
With the what?
With the sun.
They were sun worshipers.
That's it.
He wasn't. He didn't tell time like God. They worshiped the sun.
Yep.
He moved, changed time so it can line up with his God called Sol Invictus.
The devil.
The devil. Look what he did. Keep reading.
Caesar added 90 extra days to the year,
Dang.
46 BCE, making it the longest year in history at 445 days.
At 445 days. That man is diabolical.
Diabolical.
He got you out here worshiping the sun by his time. Wow. And you don't even know it. Now, and we're going to prove how you actually worship it, too. Because, oh, well, you saying January, that's worship. No. Don't get silly. Now, pull up that video that we got. Go ahead.
And that goes back to the simplicity in Christ. They even called it the year of confusion.
Damn.
It's always confusion dealing with the other nations and idolatry and their false pagan gods. It's simple and quick. Because think about it. Even how God commanded us to calculate the years and the months and the days, there is no miscalculation and getting off track because you understand how God told you to, in the springtime. He put it in the Bible in the springtime. Yeah. That's why even now, and with today's calendar, you got what is called a leap year, where all of a sudden we got to take a day away from the month so that they can stay on track and calculate, so they don't have this happen again. I'm telling you, it ain't nothing but confusion with this Caucasian.
Now watch, it goes even deeper than this because it's more history to it. Pull up that video of why it was changed to the beginning or January was the first day of a new year and America just brought it right along with them because this is Rome reborn. They're causing you to worship the first beast and you don't even know it. Play that video. Hold on, let's run it back. Let's run it back for them with some sound. Make sure they can hear it.
January 1st is New Year's Day. It involves a military emergency in ancient Spain. I'm Elon Gilad. I write about Hebrew and Jewish history. For most of Roman history, the year actually began in March. The spring made perfect sense as the start of the year. Nature awakens, campaigns begin, and Mars, the god of war, had his month. But in 153 BCE, everything changed. A rebellion broke out in Spain, and the Romans needed to send a new consul, Quintius Flavius Nobilior, to crush it fast. There was just one problem. New consuls traditionally took office on March 15th, the beginning of the year. The Senate solution, they moved the start date of the consul's term to January 1st. Since Romans named their years after their consuls, this administrative shortcut effectively changed when the year began. The change stuck. But wait, there's more. Back then, December only had 29 days. It wasn't until Julius Caesar's calendar reform in 45 BCE that December got its 31st day. Ironically, Caesar himself never saw December 31st. He was assassinated on March 15th, 44 BCE, just a month after adding the day to the calendar. Today, when we count down to midnight on December 31st, we're following a tradition that began with a military crisis in Spain over 2,000 years ago. Sometimes the biggest changes come from the most unexpected places. Now you know.
So look at this. Wow. This Caucasian, this YT man let you know you're keeping the tradition of Romans.
That's it.
This is what it all goes back to. This is the tradition of Romans. So just think about it. Blackfoot, let's be real. Let's ask a question. Are you Roman?
Right.
Are you a Greek? Are you a Caucasian? You ain't Caucasian.
Right.
You remember that video? Why you got that? You ain't Caucasian. Why are you doing this stuff? You ain't Caucasian. You following Roman traditions. This stuff ain't got nothing to do with nowhere where you came from, but you're following it wholeheartedly and even to the point where you are celebrating it in honor of their gods.
Stop it.
What's going on out here, y'all? Do we follow God or do we follow Romans? Because I can remember reading in the scriptures that Christ was starkly against Roman paganism, idolatry, and their way of life. Christ was completely against it. I know who was with it. The Pharisees that was against Christ, they rolled with the Romans and the way that they got down. They rolled with them. Now, give me that in Exodus 12. I want to read Exodus 12. At verse 1 and 2, because he said, you keeping the tradition of the Romans. Well, what about God? What does he say? Read that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 12 and verse 1.
Come on.
And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you.
It's the first month of the year to you. And what went along with the beginning of our new year, the new year of God? Jump over to verse 13.
Verse 13.
Let's read verse 12.
Verse 12. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night.
It's called the Passover. That's our tradition of the first month of the year, not a Roman occupation in Spain and gotta cast it down because they done moved the time back. Our tradition of the first year for us to celebrate is God passing over the land of Egypt. Jump down to verse 13.
Verse 13. And the blood shall be to you.
No, you got to finish out 12. That's good. Go ahead.
Verse 12. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord.
Our tradition of the first month of the year is to remember how God cast down all the idol gods of Egypt. It's not to honor them. It's to, God said, I want you to remember this because there ain't no other God but me. But what do people do? Come December 31st, come around midnight, you go and worship and honor other gods instead of the one true God. Tell me where he told you get drunk on the first day of the year. Where is that written that he told us to go out there and drink it up and have I'm gonna have some New Year's X. Huh? Yep. Where that at? That ain't nowhere in there to be drunken in debauchery and fornication. That's man's way of doing things.
Hey, get 2 Maccabees 4 real quick. Because the same spirit we had during this time is the same spirit we have even today, following these same fashions and customs of this Caucasian man. Because this is talking about the Greeks, but these are the same people. Same people, just under a different name. Read that.
2 Maccabees
4. You can get to the point. Read verse 15.
Verse 15. The book of 2 Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 15.
Let's go.
Matter of fact, start at verse 14.
Verse 14.
Come
that
on.
the priests had no courage to serve anymore at the altar.
Matter of fact, 13. I'm sorry.
Verse 13.
Read 13.
Now such was the height of Greek.
I need that soundbite. Go ahead.
Verse 13. Now such was the height of Greek fashions, an increase of heathenish manners.
So during this time, you had an increase in heathenish manners and Greek fashions.
Yep.
Guess what? You see the same thing today. Now it's Roman fashions and heathenish manners. Like Kat was bringing out. You don't read that in the Bible tell you to get wasted. And you can look on TikTok, you can search what people doing for New Year's. They talking about they finna get, what Kat will you say? Tonight? Tonight. That's what our people finna do. They finna get jacked up. They finna be all high and drunk on everything, all type of debauchery. Those are heathenish manners. But watch this, read on.
Through the exceeding profaneness of Jason, that ungodly wretch, and no high priest.
During this time, it was Jason that was pushing it and promoting it.
Yep.
Who's doing it today?
Damn!
The so-called pastors. Wow. They call, you got. I know you're gonna get it. You got pastors swag surfing in the church on New Year's. You got all type of manner of evil and wickedness. I seen another video. A pastor said, "I don't care how you come up in here. You come in here high. You come in here drunk. You come in here and all manner of evil. Don't nobody say nothing."
That's crazy. Stop it.
I think you posted that video, Zabar.
We got to play that.
I'm
Go ahead.
gonna pull it up. But that's the same manner. It says through exceeding profaneness of Jason. Then it was Jason Nasty's so-called wicked pastors. Read on.
Verse 14. That the priests had no courage to serve anymore at the altar.
Read.
But despising the temple and neglecting the sacrifices, hastened.
It says what?
Hasten.
During the time, it was so bad, the priest was like, I can't even sacrifice, go to the altar. And they hastened. Meaning they ran to
be partakers of the unlawful allowance in the place of exercise.
They ran to be partakers during that time. Yeah. The places of exercise was those gymnasiums where people were in there butt naked, throwing disc and doing all type of sports and stuff.
Wow.
Guess what? It's the same thing today. We run to these riots. We run to New Year's. We run to Christmas to take part, be partakers in those heathenish manners. Read on.
After the game of discus, called them forth.
Now watch this, verse 15.
Not setting by the honors of their fathers.
We don't want to set by the honors of our fathers. Guess what? Passover is the honors of our fathers. How God delivered us from Egypt. He passed over us and delivered us. That's the honor of our fathers. Understanding that the new moon is what starts the month. The honors of our fathers is his Bible.
Yeah.
And everything written in it. Now, we didn't want to do that. Read.
But liking the glory of the Grecians best of all.
During this time, we like the glory of the Grecians best all. Guess what now? Now we like the glory of the Romans best all.
Yep.
America. It's always been this Caucasian man. Understand that.
Yeah.
This is what happened with our people. That was it.
Yep. All praises, man. So pull that up because we was reading in Exodus 12. He said, this moon, this month shall be the first month of the year to you. This is what Moses saw. Can they see that online right there?
Yep.
That's what Moses was looking at.
Yep.
He was looking at that bright light up in the sky.
Right.
And that's how, okay, this is the sign that was made in Genesis because he wasn't around during that time of Genesis. He just wrote the book of Genesis because God told him everything that happened in the beginning up in the mount. So this is what it looked like, okay? This is how you're going to tell time of what I created to be the new year. Now go to the calendar that's on there so you can see.
Hey, we got a caller.
We got a caller?
Hey, caller, you're live on the air. This casting down imaginations. What's your name? Where you from?
Hey, Shalom, Most High Christ blessings, Deacon Abiel.
Hey, Shalom, Deacon the Boom. That's right.
Hey, Shalom, Most High Christ bless. I hate to do this live on the air, but Captain Sakar gotta go.
Oh, man, I gotta go. Let me back it up, man.
No, type your stuff up. Your first affiliation with a certain camp, we let it slide. But now, this new information that's come out, bro, it's too much. So without sharing too much over the internet, man, you need to turn the keys in.
Hey, don't tell everybody, man. I was searching for the Lord, man.
Oh, man.
I believe it, and your search continues. It continues. So, yeah, man, you got to go. Hey, multi-Christ bless. Shalom, CDI.
Yes, sir.
For everybody in the spirit, man. I just wanted to call and give y'all a shout out, man.
All praises.
Y'all keep doing your things, putting down these doctrines.
Yes, sir.
Y'all keep doing this.
Appreciate the call.
That's the card. Make sure your keys are on my desk.
You said make sure your keys on my desk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wow. All praise. Shalom. Hey, man, don't none of y'all online ask what D talking about. I bet not see nothing on Facebook. Don't ask me nothing.
Everybody looking like, what happened?
Don't ask me nothing. I was searching for the Lord, man. I went through a lot of stuff to get here, man.
Searching, man.
But the Lord
brought you here, huh? Through all of it, huh?
He brought me in. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. And shout out to the bishops and the deacons of IUIC for keeping me here, man. All praises.
That's funny.
Hey, so pull up that calendar of what Moses saw and how he tracked. Look at this. That's it right there, y'all. That's what Moses was looking at. This month shall be the first month of the year to you. This is it. And then Passover is going to come 14 days after this. That's what we were looking at right there. 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, boom.
Hey, and that's simplicity in Christ.
In Christ.
Right. Think about it. Hey, Moses, this is the new moon. And then you look and there's nothing there. It's a dark moon. I'll tell you, this Caucasian man is the devil. The Bible speaks of.
Can't see it, don't know where it's at.
What you talking about, Lord?
I'll tell you, and that's how you know he goes against everything that is called God. He goes against everything that this Bible has set up and stands for.
Yep, straight up. So that's what Moses and all of us have always tell time as Israelites as the days of the month. And went through, the moon goes through that cycle And then, as it said in Sirach, it increases wonderfully and it's changing. It goes through the cycles. And it's a whole spiritual thing about that Bishop just brought out last Sabbath.
Yes.
Last Sabbath, he brought out something heavy about why it even goes through those phases. That's because we went from being on top, we failed, but it's showing how we're going to rise back again. And we are in that time now.
That's right.
We are coming back and standing on our feet with this knowledge that God has given us through the Spirit of Jesus the Christ. And freely we have received, and freely we're going to give it. Whether you hear or whether you forbear. Damn it, you're going to get this verse.
That's right.
Now they just don't make it the first month of the year without putting something behind it. They're going to attach their gods to it like we've been bringing out. Pull up that video of the name of where it come from and their God and what went along with it. They got to put something to it because it's too boring just to give you something and not give you something to worship it with. They don't do that. Esau knows how to keep your flesh trapped in what he wants you to do by attaching some kind of festival or celebration to it where it makes, even though your spirit knows it's wrong, your flesh is still attached to it and it's hard to leave. Right. Esau is diabolical because he's getting his wisdom from Satan, not from God. Play that video.
The month of January is named after Janus, the Roman god of beginnings, transitions, and doorways, represented with two faces, one looking to the past and the other to the future. Janus embodied the themes of reflection and renewal, making him a fitting symbol for the start of the year. January was added to the Roman calendar by King Numa Pompilius around 713 BC. Before this reform, the Roman calendar began in March, aligning with the agricultural season. Numa moved the start of the year to January to honor Janus and signify the importance of planning for the future in civic and religious life. Under Julius Caesar's calendar reform in 45 BC, January 1st was formalized as the start of the new year. The association with Janus reinforced the month's themes of transitions and fresh beginnings, a legacy that continues in modern celebrations of the new year.
It continues to this time right now. They attach the God with it. But to make people festive and accept it, they got to attach other things with it. Pull up the image so people can see what that Janus looked like. Because it talked about the past and looking for new beginnings. Did y'all hear how romanticizing that voice was to make you worship another god called Janus? Did y'all hear that? This is the trickery in Esau.
Witchcraft.
That's the witchcraft. He makes the voice very subtle and accepting.
The music is
and
nice.
The music is nice, and you take it in. Oh man, it's new beginnings. It's the civil year to plan for what's ahead. They make it appeasing to you so you can accept it. Wow. This is what that Roman idol god looked like. Let's read that form down at the bottom.
A Roman period marble head of the two-faced Roman god of gates and beginnings, Janus.
And that's where's that at?
Vatican Museum, Rome.
That's real, y'all. It's in Rome. And so that's the name of January coming from Janus. But like we said, they just not going to give you something and don't give you a celebration of how to honor that God that they named the month after. Pull up the next image.
So that's in the Vatican.
That's in the Vatican.
Don't the Catholic Church run the Vatican?
Yeah.
Ain't that Christianity?
Yeah.
Okay. Why they got idols in there? Yeah. But anyways, another topic.
Display 17. Let's read that from the top.
The ancient Roman celebration of Janus, the two-faced god of beginnings and transitions, is the root of our modern New Year's tradition.
The root of it. Go ahead. Yep.
Where Romans honored him on January 1st.
It said they honored him on January the 1st. The Romans did. America is just Rome reborn. It's the 8th that cometh out of the 7th. It is the first. It has all the attributes of the first beast. It has all the attributes of the fourth kingdom. It's said in different ways throughout the Bible, from Daniel to Revelation. It said they honored him on January the 1st. How did they honor him? Let's go to the next image. And for sake of time, we're only going to focus on the two that we do majority time here in America. Read that. What's the traditions of honoring Janus?
You want the promises?
The red one.
Promises. The custom of New Year's resolution began with Romans making promises to Janus.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yep.
You making New Year's resolutions. Who are they honoring? Janus.
Right.
You are honoring the Roman god named Janus with your New Year's resolutions. Because you can't tell me nowhere God told you to make a New Year resolution. You don't read that nowhere in the Bible at any point in time, in any time of the Israelites' history of God dealing with them. He said, hey, I want y'all to make a promise to me. Wow. You don't read that. That came from honoring the Roman god named Janus. That's New Year's resolutions. And how else? Read that in the yellow.
Feasting, lavish parties.
Ah, there you go. Yep. All these New Year's Eve parties that you got, especially in the black neighborhood, they done posted them on the telephone poles, on the damn electrical boxes. G's ain't gonna be in town. Lil Boots ain't gonna be here.
Right.
NBA young boy, New Year's Eve party.
Hey, and you know what's heavy? All the feastings, it's all rooted in idolatry and fornication. Because as soon as what they call the clock strikes 12, what do they tell you? You got to find somebody and you got to be kissing somebody during that time. It's all rooted. Wow. That all goes back to Saturnalia and all that nonsense. Right. And it all leads to what? Fornication.
Straight
in
up.
honor of them our idol gods.
Let's read that feasting again. How do you honor the Roman god of Janus, January 1st? Go ahead.
Lavish parties with food, wine, music, and dancing were common.
Come on, man. That's exactly what you're doing on New Year's. Whether you're in the club or whether you at a house party. You are partying with food, wine, music, and dancing. Talking about New Year's resolutions.
Yep.
It don't matter where you at.
Yeah, waiting on the ball to go.
Even if you sitting at home by yourself, you have a drink on New Year's.
Hey, think about it. Nobody cares about that ball dropping. Everybody is going for the feasting, for the lavish parties with food, wine, and dancing. Wow. That's what they're going for. And the New Year's revolution, New Year, new me. Everybody, you walk up at the party, New Year, new me.
I'm glad you said that. Pull up the next image. Look what it says about that New Year stuff. Read that.
Today's New Year's Eve reflection and New Year, New Me resolutions are psychologically echoes of Janus.
You cannot say that I'm making a New Year's resolution to God. No, you're not. You're making it to not the God of the Bible, but the God of Janus, the God of the Romans. Wow. It's not to God. You cannot hold that in Matthew 5, Job 14. You cannot honor Janus and then put God on it and say, I'm changing the reason for it. God Ben said you can't do that when it comes to him. It's his way or no way. You ain't going to bring in them Egyptian, them Roman, them Babylon beliefs to God and make him say, okay, I know your heart. No, I don't know your damn heart. Matter of fact, I'm going to make it stop. Boop, dead. Wow. That's what he going to do to you. Yeah, I know your heart. Stop. Right. Hey, read that for Job 14. 14 and 4.
The book of Job, chapter 14 and verse 4. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean?
Who can make New Year's resolutions right with God? Let's see.
Not one.
Nope, not you. Nope. Your heart ain't good enough in God's eyes. You can't do it. You cannot make New Year's resolutions, which are the honoring of the Janus, good in his eyes, even if you slap his son on it. You can't even go to church and make God accept it.
And all you so-called black Christians, you can't like try to make it clean. Say, oh no, we ain't celebrating New Year's. This is the watch night service.
Oh yeah.
For when we came out of slavery and they the maximum. No. You're worshiping idolatry. That's what it is.
Matthew 5:37. What did God tell us to do instead of New Year's resolution? What did Jesus the Christ, the Son of God, say? Read that.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 37.
Come on.
But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay.
That's it. That's all it got to be. That's it. Hey, I'm turning over a new leaf. Yep, that's it. I'm doing this. Yep, that's it. Nah, ain't no. My New Year's resolution, I'm going to, pull up that next image. This is what, because you ain't doing it. This year, I'm going to exercise more. Yo, you still fat.
You're
overweight. You're obese. Stop it. America's top New Year's resolutions for 2026. What's the number one on there?
To exercise more.
Stop your lying, Negro.
Yep. Stop lying.
Stop it. That's why God said either you're going to do it or you're not. I don't need no honor, no Janet. I don't need no resolutions. I don't need no promises.
Right.
It's yes or no. That's it. That's where it stops.
And it ain't waiting till New Year's to do it.
Right. It ain't waiting to that. What's the most common? Number one?
Hey, you had all year to save money. But you gonna wait till New Year's to start?
Yeah. And don't give us that lie. Oh, I was waiting for the New Year's special at the gym. Oh, your big ass. Oh, your way.
Oh man, that's how you know
free.
the what we just read before. It's echoes. What is that? Hold on. I don't want to butcher it. It says it's psychological echoes of Janus. Psychologically, in your subconscious, you are worshiping Janus, whether you know it or not.
Straight up. Go back to that one. So the first one's exercise more. Do what?
To save more money.
You still broke at the end of the next one. Go ahead.
To eat healthy.
You still eating McDonald's and fast food.
Wow. Hey, listen, you know what? You know how it's BS with the save money. You talking about your New Year's resolution, January 1st, I'm going to save money. That income tax check come about February. And come next January, you still broke.
You ain't got none of that money no more. It's gone.
Like that. Crazy, man.
You ain't eating. You ain't saving no more money. You ain't eating healthier. Read on.
To spend more time with family/friends.
Man, you ain't seen your family. See, you a lot. You might have called them on that day, and you ain't speak to them for another 2, 3, 4 months. You're lying. Keep reading.
To lose weight.
You still obese. You still obese for your age and your height. You still big.
Right.
Go ahead.
To improve my performance on the job.
Hey, black folk, you know it's a daggone lie. You know
lie.
damn well you ain't working no harder. Wow. You all work to the level that they pay you at. You know what? I'm going to work harder this year for the minimum wage that I can barely pay my rent and barely put gas in my car and got to keep coming back because I'm broke by the end of the next 2 weeks. I'm going to work harder. Wow.
Right.
Y'all lying asses. Go ahead.
To do more for the environment.
You a lie? You gonna throw that damn trash that potato chip bag out the window?
Right. Hey, listen, they survey Caucasians for them.
Yeah, straight up. This ain't none of black folk.
To do more for the environment.
Read the last one.
To reduce stress on the job.
No, you're not, because you ain't gonna do no better on your job. Wow.
Man, we about to quit.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? No, you know what? You might keep that one to reduce stress on your job, because you know what? You gonna go into this year and say, I don't give a damn about this job. Right? Yeah. I don't care what they say about this around here, but I don't give a damn what y'all say. Fire me if you want. You might keep that one.
You might keep that one.
Black folk might keep that one. Go ahead, officer.
Hey, can you go back to the last
psychological?
Yeah. Under it say, we stand in a symbolic doorway between the old and the new, right? But get John 10 and verse 9 real quick. John 10 and verse 9. Who is actually the door that we should be teaching our people? Because the Christian church, you don't think the pastor know about this? Shit, matter of fact, they might not even know nothing about this. Because they don't even look it up. They like to dwell in that plague of ignorance, right? Read that for me.
The book of John, chapter 10 and verse 9.
Come on.
I am the door.
What did he say?
I am the door.
This is Christ speaking. This is Christ speaking right now. Read.
By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved.
Guess what? You have to keep the commandments of God to be saved.
That's it.
But how many Christian pastors out there saying that Christ is the door? He's is actually the doorway unto salvation. Our people going into this and talking about
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I'm gonna go to the gym. Or some people say they're gonna start going to church more.
Oh yeah. They did. You right. You know that was white folk. They did. Because black folks say I'm gonna go to church more this year.
I'm gonna go to church. Yeah, black folks say I'm going to church.
I'm gonna give my life to God this year.
I'm gonna give my life to God.
Yeah, okay. You right.
Hey, listen though. Hey, let's have it between. It says we stand in a symbolic doorway between the old and the new. It ain't the old person and the new person. It's the old devil to a new devil.
That's it.
That's it. You still a devil.
That's it. Straight up. Now play that next video, because this black dude hit it on the head, man. Yeah. He called y'all out with these worshiping Janus with these New Year's resolutions. Go ahead.
To everybody who gonna post their New Year's resolution in a few days, we don't want to hear that shit. Last year,
drop a bomb on that. one more time. We don't want to hear that ish.
To everybody who gonna post their New Year's resolution in a few days, we don't want to hear that shit. You understand? Last year you said you was.
Hey, I'm sorry. I just noticed his hat because I seen the video yesterday too. I just
Hoes, man. Dang, TikTok gonna get me.
You're gonna lose weight. You still fat. You said that you was gonna start your business. You still ain't even got the LLC, man.
Dang.
You ain't got the LLC. You said that you was gonna stop smoking weed. You just bought an eighth an hour ago. We don't wanna hear that shit, man.
Right.
We don't wanna hear what you finna do, what you about to do. You know what? You were the finna about to do. I was finna do. I was about to do. You were the finna about to do ass nigga, but we never seen you do nothing. You said you was gonna cut niggas off and you was gonna solo dolo, but you hanging with the same niggas that you know talk shit about you behind your back. We don't wanna hear that shit going into 2024. We don't wanna hear your resolutions. We just want you to get to work. Alright? We wanna see all y'all get to work. Go get to work, get some money, get the job done. Just do it, and when you fit.
Wait a minute. That sounds like Matthew 5:37. What Christ said, hey man, let your yea be yea, your nay be nay. Right. All that other stuff, I ain't trying to hear that stuff. Cause you ain't gonna change. You definitely ain't gonna change without the spirit of God in you. You're gonna be the same. You're just gonna be a new devil. Moving forward. That's it. That's all you doing. Now watch this. Go to that next video, cause it's heavy about this New Year's resolution. It's not as simple as you think it is. Satan has deceived you. Go to 155 of this video, because we're going straight to the point of what this is. I think she's a historian. Look what she says about this. Go ahead, play it.
They would make sort of small vows about better behavior, and the Romans would do the same thing.
In 46 BC, Julius Caesar created a new Roman calendar that started the new year on the first day of January. January was named for the Roman god Janus, whose two faces look forward and back.
And that's really important for how we think about New Year's as a kind of taking stock and starting again.
Were these kind of traditions about making the people happy or making the gods happy?
These are primarily about making the gods happy. And that's really what New Year's is about. It's a kind of supernatural spring cleaning.
Pause it.
Dang, they tell you.
Wow. Your New Year's resolutions are about making the gods happy. It's about making Sol Invictus happy. It's about making Janus happy, because you are letting them know your prayers. You just call it New Year's resolutions.
Yep. All right.
That's all you doing. Wow. Janus, the idol god who's not even real. Get that in Psalms 96. These fake gods are getting power through you. Making up stuff. New Year's resolution. You're worshiping Janus.
Right.
You're making Sol Invictus happy by saying the New Year's January 1st. Read that in Psalms 96 about the gods.
The book of Psalms, chapter 96 and verse 5.
Come on.
For all the gods of the nations are idols.
They are idols. They are not real. They are fake. They ain't nothing but stone. They are imaginations. Read on.
But the Lord made the heavens.
That's the one you should be praying to. That's the one you should be obeying. Not Janus and pleasing them. We are so trapped up in all of these idolatrous ways of Roman life here in America that all of our time and our effort goes into pleasing the idol gods of this world, but we don't do nothing God tell us to do. You don't keep the Sabbath day holy. You don't eat how he tell you to eat. You don't dress how he tell you to dress. You don't worship him when he tell you to worship him, but you claiming God with a cross on your neck, walking around saying that I'm Christian. You ain't doing nothing to please God. You're only pleasing the idol gods of this world. One of them being Janus.
Yep.
Now, and then, look at this. You're going to turn around and go to church and then slap God on it, thinking you pleasing him. Wow. Look at this. Look what he says.
Tampa, we are closing this year strong, but I need you here. On December 31st, we are doing our New Year's Eve party at Vertical Tampa, and I want to invite you and your family out.
He said a New Year's Eve party.
He didn't say New Year's Eve worship, did he?
Nope.
Nah, you ain't going to church to worship God.
Party.
You're going there to party in honor of Janus. You just slapping Jesus on it. Wow, man, y'all got to come out of this deception. I hope your spiritual eyes are open and your spiritual ears are hearing these words of God. You have been deceived by Satan. You worshiping Janus. Right. Whether you the secular way of in the club or house parties, or whether you're in the church, it all goes back to Janus.
Satan got you in a trick bag.
Satan got you in a trick bag, brothers and sisters. Run it back again. Go ahead.
Tampa, we are closing this year strong, but I need you here. On December 31st, we are doing our New Year's Eve party at Vertical Tampa, and I want to invite you and your family out together. There is nothing like closing something and starting it with God. And we're going to cross.
What did that sound like? That sounded like those two heads.
Yep.
One doorway to close to the old, going into the new. He's saying the same thing. Mm-hmm. There's nothing like closing something and starting something new.
Yep.
They just trying to put God on it to make it
They're
seem
not
like
telling you what
okay.
God it is. Wow. They talking about it's Janus. Go ahead.
Because it's the same. I want y'all peep that. It's the same spirit. Mm-hmm. He's saying the same stuff.
And I want to invite you.
Oh, I'm running back.
Tampa, we are closing this year strong, but I need you here. On December 31st, we are doing our New Year's Eve party at Vertical Tampa. And I want to invite you and your family out together. There is nothing like closing something and starting it with God. And we're going to cross over December 31st at 10 p.m. We're partying our way into New Year. There's going to be food, games, fun for you and the family. So I want to invite you. Mark this on your calendars. Let us know in the registration that you're.
Cut him off, man.
Wow.
That's it. You just throwing it. You just throwing Christ on it. You're worshiping Janus. And now it done got so bad. If you in Atlanta, y'all straight up, y'all pathetic. Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right up here in ATL. I ain't talking about Riverdale. I'm talking about y'all in ATL. Y'all ain't right, man. Atlanta church goes viral for walking it out and swag surfing into the new year. This was just in 2024. What you think they doing again? They're going to do it again now. They are bringing the Janus secular to into the church. That's it. Play the video.
You got to walk it out. That's how we going out of here tonight. Look at your neighbor and say, walk it out. They trying to act like they don't know what you're referring to. Look at them and tell them, walk it out.
Hey, now walk it out. Walk it out.
Look at this.
Walk it out.
You can't make this up.
Look at this.
Look at him in the front.
Look at all the lesbians. Look at this, y'all. Yeah, they do, don't they?
Oh, now they swag surfing.
Go. Look at this.
Hey, because think about it.
Go ahead.
Because think about this. You can't sit up here and say, oh, you know, it was the meaning behind what he was saying. You're walking to the new year. No, you know what's behind those songs.
Right.
Walk it out, swag circuit. It was all debauchery, fornication, getting drunk, high, in the club, and all that nonsense. Wow. Let's keep it real. You know what's behind those songs.
And the worst part about it is you're going to say, well, what you want me to be doing? In the club, twerking to this? How you gonna bring from what's in the club you was twerking to into the church and say you're dancing like David to it? Come on, man. What have you left out there in the world? Like Moses had to leave all of that Egyptian knowledge and culture and shoes behind. Right. You done brought all that stuff into the church talking about now it's for Jesus. Moses didn't do that. None of the disciples did that. Nobody that was called of God brought their worldly way of life into the following of Jesus the Christ. How are you doing it in the church now?
Hey, and again, because I can hear the black Christian now. The reason why black churches came together on this day was the watch night services. It was they came together because they was finna be emancipated from slavery. Our foreparents wasn't doing this in the church then.
No.
They went up in there swag surfing and studs walking
nothing
around.
Like they didn't get the banjo and started Huckleberry Finn.
They came together because they quote unquote thought they were free. I'll tell y'all people, hey, that's how you know this is in honor and worship of that
Janus.
dumb jaw Janus.
Janus in the church. Play the next video. Cause look at the people at the top row up there on the second row. Watch this, y'all. Y'all think they in there praising God? Nah, man, they know what that stuff is. They just faking it. Go ahead. Look at them. What do you have?
You gotta read that thing.
You went to church on New Year's and didn't know you should have brought a section.
Wow. You should have brought a section. A section is in the club.
In the club.
You go in the club, you get a section. Everybody in Atlanta know that.
And look what they got in their hands.
Wow.
Where else do you see that in the hands, looking at the stage? That's a concert.
Look at it.
Wow. Come on, man. How are y'all still in Christianity? You ain't doing nothing but worshiping Janus in that place.
Wow.
And you mad at us?
Look at him.
Come on, man. You are of the world. You are of the world.
That's why Ezekiel said, can these dry bones live?
Man, he didn't know. He saw that. He said, man, ain't no way. I don't know, God. It's up to you. Go to the next video. Because listen, now watch him justify. Look at her face, though. Pull it up. Pull it up. She like,
that's
what the hell?
That right there is a face of
disgust. What is this?
What did I come to do?
That's somebody
I went to the club.
Yeah, that's somebody that know this is BS.
They know
right
that's
here.
wrong.
Yep.
This is wrong. All right, go to that next video. Listen to him justify himself, y'all.
Oh, let me get it up.
Watch this. Now here instead of admitting, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. That was a little bit out there. Look at the justification of it. This is him.
2 words.
Look at him. What the hell? They weird.
You already know what they are. Gay. If you're not a hater, go ahead, drop it on the screen, saying stupid stuff. And yes, I said stupid because it's stupid. 150 people got saved.
Oh, what? Swag and surfing?
Saved from what? You know why they said, man, you know what? I'm going up to the altar. Because if I come here, I'm surely guaranteed to get it in. I'm going to find me one of them around here that's going to be swinging that thing in a circle. That's what they say now. Throw that thing in a circle. So surely one of them going to throw that thing in a circle here.
Yep. I'm going to find me one.
I'm going to find one here,
So
surely.
that's his justification for doing that, because
There you
150 souls was saved. Saved from what? I'm going to pull that video up.
From the club?
This
From
is when
getting
a
shot?
pastor talks about they were saved. This is what they mean.
That bulldog in the front wasn't saved from nothing. she left with a woman.
Right.
Watch this.
Anybody ever been in the church where they tell you take your hat off? You're telling a young man, teenager, to take his hat off. You haven't even introduced yourself. You haven't said, I'm glad you're here. But you want him to be religious before he even has relationship. This hat don't send me to hell. My tattoos don't send me to hell. My jewelry and my nose rings, they don't send me to hell. My piercings don't send me to hell. Nothing but my confession. Religion will have you. I don't know what to wear. I can't go to church. I ain't got no church clothes. Do you have clothes? Yes. Then you have church clothes. That means everybody can walk in this building and you better not say one thing to them.
That's what they mean by when they say we saved 150 souls. You're saved from correction. You're saved from somebody telling you about yourself. You're saved from God's laws, statutes, and commandments.
Wow.
If you come in here, you don't got to worry about that. And then we ain't going to say, oh, I'm going to run it back. He said,
That's come as you are.
Come as you are.
Do you have clothes? Yes. Then you have church clothes. That means everybody can walk in this building and you better not say one thing to them.
He told all his congregation, hey, anybody can walk up in here and you better not say one thing to him. Yeah. That's why you seen that bulldog on the front row swag surfing.
Dang.
She was saved.
Wow.
Saved to be a devil.
No correction whatsoever in that place.
Hey, can I get scripture real quick? Hey, get Jeremiah 7. Jeremiah 7 and verse 8. Going to what y'all were talking about, Cap. Because this is crazy. You in the church, swag and surfing. What does he did? What else? Walking it out.
Walking out.
And saying you saved 150,000, you said?
150 people.
150 people, right? Read that for me.
He probably made 150,000. Go ahead.
He probably did.
Wow.
For sure.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 7 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
Behold, ye trust in lying words.
Our people trust in lying words. Because that was this pastor. Don't this pastor sit here lying to our people, right? Read.
That cannot profit. Will ye steal, murder, and commit adultery?
This is what our people doing. Everybody was in that church.
Yeah.
Read.
and swear falsely.
And open up making, what you call that? New Year's resolutions.
Wow.
Swearing falsely. Read.
And burn incense unto Baal.
In the worship of Janus.
Read. And walk after other gods, whom ye know not. And come and stand before me in this house.
And here it is, they standing, in their mind, they standing in God's house.
Yep.
Swagging and surfing, worshiping Janus. Read.
Which is called by my name, and say, we are delivered to do all these abominations.
And that was what that pastor just said.
Yep.
They go in there and do whatever they want to do. Wow. They can be whoremongers. They can go in there and talk all manner of foolishness. Up in there celebrating New Year's. God said we should not be
brought
doing
the
none
club
of those.
to the church.
Right, brought the club into the church. Wow,
Right.
That's crazy.
Heavy right there, man. You had something, Cat?
Nah, I'll get it after this
Let-
video.
let's,
Because I know that's Atlanta, Judah, but Northern Kingdom, you ain't exempt either.
You're not exempt. Look at y'all. Y'all out here doing it too. Y'all got Janice in your own Spanish way. Go ahead. There you go. There you go. Our brothers ain't exempt. Feliz Año Nuevo. New Year. Happy New Year.
Yep. Same thing.
They've been doing it. Look at this. 24, 23, 24, 25. Yep. Nah, Northern Kingdom think that, nah, look at y'all. It's just Southern Kingdom doing that crazy stuff.
Nope.
Nah, Northern Kingdom, you crazy just like us. You just speaking a different language.
Hey, get Malachi 2 and 11.
That is it.
The book
Northern
of
Kingdom
Malachi.
doing the same thing. Hey, in Northern Kingdom, they even take it another step. You so-called Catholics, I know during this time, you'll take and write letters over your doorway, talk about you blessing the home. They call it the Epiphany or something like that. Catholicism is witchcraft on another level.
Shout out to brother Anthony Nixon and Susanna for the super chat donations. We appreciate that, y'all. Shout out to them, man. Go ahead.
The book of Malachi, chapter 2 and verse 11.
Let's go.
Judah hath exalted.
Malachi 2 and 11.
Judah hath dealt treacherously, and an abomination is committed in Israel.
That's talking about Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom. Judah, you Southern Kingdom, you so-called blacks, we've dealt treacherously. Israel, Northern Kingdom have done treacherously. Read that verse again.
Judah hath dealt treacherously, and an abomination is committed in Israel and in Jerusalem.
Read.
For Judah hath profaned the holiness of the Lord, which he loved, and hath married the daughter of a strange god.
That's where we go into idolatry. On both sides, Israel and Judah, all of us, we've went into idolatry, worshiping this dumb, stupid god named Janus on New Year's.
Straight up.
Understand that.
That's it. And give me that in Romans chapter 10, because this is the thing of why it's so hard for our people to come out of it, because we not discounting the fact that we are the sons and daughters of God, both as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And anything that we can tie to God, we're going to do that, because this right here, Paul said it, Romans 10 and 1.
The book of Romans chapter 10 and verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God.
We got a zeal for God. That's why you see us doing those things. We got a zeal for God. Read on.
But not according to knowledge.
It's not according to the knowledge of God. It's not according to the laws of God. So we are making up our way of serving him, but it's not according to how he wants it to be. Verse 3 now.
For they being ignorant of God's righteousness.
The way that God wants us to honor him. When the new year starts, we're ignorant of that, not knowing. Go ahead.
And going about to establish their own righteousness.
We establish our own righteousness with watch night services, all of that New Year's resolutions. We establish our own righteousness. Read on.
Have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God.
That's where we are. That's why we are here, to cast down the imaginations, so we can give you the knowledge of God, so you can worship him in truth and in spirit, like it says in John 4, because he demands that all worship him in truth and spirit.
Hey, get that in Isaiah 29:13. Because in us trying to establish our own righteousness, who taught us how to establish our own righteousness? Read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse 13.
Come on.
Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth, and with their lips do honor
That's
me.
the same thing we just read in Romans. Our people have a zeal for God. Read on.
But have removed their heart far from me.
But we don't fear him in knowledge. We don't worship him according to knowledge. Yep. But we establish our own righteousness. How, read?
And their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men.
The precept of this Caucasian man. That's how we know how to, that's where our righteousness comes from on that we've established. Because who taught us this? Who taught us New Year's Eve? Who taught us Christmas? Who taught us that white image
New
of the
Year's
beast?
resolutions.
Who taught us to do New Year's resolutions and all this? It was taught after the precept of this so-called white man, the Caucasian man, Esau, according to the Bible. That's how we know how. That's how we know how to do it.
Yep, that's it.
That's who we follow.
That's it. Now go to that next video and go to 30 seconds of this. We only gonna play 10 seconds of this, and I'm gonna show you something. 30 seconds, right there. Watch this.
46 BC, Julius Caesar introduced a new calendar that was synced to the sun instead of the moon, officially moving New Year's celebrations from March 1st to January 1st.
So we mentioned it earlier that he changed it from the moon, how God said to tell the months, to sun worship. So what does that mean? If you even say the new year is January 1st, you're worshiping another God called Sol Invictus. Read that top line for him.
Sol Invictus, unconquered sun, was the official sun god of the later Roman Empire.
Man, the white man got out here worshiping the sun god called Sol Invictus. Anytime you acknowledge that, the new year is January the 1st, you are giving honor to Sol Invictus because God said the new year starts in the spring between March and April. So if you say, no, new year is January 1st, that's Sol Invictus, brothers and sisters. He's telling you, they changed it from the moon to the sun because they worshiped an idol god called Sol Invictus. That's the truth of the matter. They ain't said that, oh man, I can't say January. No, we're just saying if you are standing on New Year is January 1st, and you say that's what it is, you are worshiping another god called Sol Invictus from the Roman Empire. Because watch this. Pull up the next image. Look at this. Now go back. Right there. Read that.
Yes, the modern convention of starting a new civil day at midnight was a Roman innovation.
It's a Roman what?
Innovation.
The Romans said the new day starts at midnight. They said that. That's why on New Year's Eve, you are celebrating a new day, a new year at 12 a.m.
And the New Year's at the dead of winter.
In the dead of winter.
And the day is in the dead of darkness.
They said that the new day started at 12 a.m. is a Roman innovation. Read on.
The Romans adopted and formalized this practice, which has since spread globally.
Everybody is worshiping this beast, like it said in Revelation. Go to the next image, because how did God say? Read that.
The Israelites traditionally believed a day ended at sunset.
At sunset, and it did what?
Marking the transition to night, which was considered the beginning of the next day.
Man, he's the devil. The devil. We gotta read this.
Times and laws.
Change times and laws. We got to read this Bible. God is going to tell you how he wants you to live your life. That's why it's called the book of life. It's not called the book of thoughts. It ain't called the book of Romans. This is the book of life. God tells you how to do everything in it. You just got to be willing to follow him and not Sol Invictus.
Right.
Pull up the next video. We just going to play the first part, because here's the worst part. White man ain't got no new thoughts and new inventions. He don't come up with stuff. Everything this YT man has, he has stolen from other people. And look who he stole New Year's from, and just changed the names and the days. Play it.
There are many New Year's traditions that would be familiar to most people. Making New Year's resolutions, staying up until midnight, and the New Year's countdown a great many of us do. As with anything, there is a long history behind all of this. The first recorded New Year celebrations occurred around 2000 BCE in ancient Babylon. They celebrated around the time of the vernal equinox in late March, with an 11-day religious festival called Akitu. Akitu also celebrated the sky god, Marduk's, victory over the sea goddess Tiamat.
Stop it. The Romans wasn't even the first people to do New Year's resolutions and New Year. It came from the Babylonians. They just took it and changed the names of it. That is it. And what are we supposed to do when it comes to Babylon? Revelation 18, read verse 1.
The book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 1.
Come on.
And after these things...
read 1 and 2. Go ahead.
Verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having a great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen.
It's fallen. Babylon the Great is going to fall.
That's right.
And God warned us what? Verse 4.
Verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
Come out of Babylon's ways. New Year's is the Babylon ways.
Right.
They used to make promises to their gods, a sky god and a sea goddess. This is Babylon the Great repackaged as Rome reborn. Wow. We destroying, we casting down all these imaginations, man. With the Bible. Pull up that next image. Let's read that.
Ancient New Year's celebrations. The earliest recorded festivities in honor of a New Year's arrival date back some 4,000 years to ancient Babylon.
Read.
From the Babylonians, the first new moon following the vernal equinox, the day in late March.
So they used to do it around this time. White men said, nope, we changing it. Go ahead.
With an equal amount of sunlight and darkness. Herald the start of a new year. They marked the occasion with a massive religious festival called
Ikatu,
derived from the Sumerian word for barley.
Jump down to the next paragraph. Watch this.
In addition to the new year, Akatu celebrated the mythical victory of the Babylonian sky god Marduk over the evil sea goddess Tiamat, and served an important political purpose.
That's the same thing we read about Romans. They made it the new year because of political reasons. Go ahead.
It was during this time that a new king was crowned, or that the current ruler's divine mandate was symbolically renewed.
Okay, there you go. So it goes all the way. All Rome did was just change the names of it, but they got this from Babylon. And God told us, come out from among Babylon. Don't choose their ways. Read that again in verse 4. Finish it out.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 4.
Come on.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, it's gonna be the end. Come out of her, my people.
And what does it mean, come out of her? Go ahead.
That ye be not partakers of her sins.
Don't be partaker of her sins. This is her sins. The New Year's, the partying, the celebrating, the honoring, and saying, this is the New Year. You're partaker of Babylon's sins. Go ahead.
And that ye receive not of her plagues.
Because plagues are coming to this place. That's Destruction is coming. Now, don't get simple like some of these ignorant pathetics, content creators online. We're going to play just the purple one that say stupid stuff like this. Play that one. That's it. That's the only one we want. Watch this, y'all.
If we're going to talk about what's pagan, let's go all the way. Let's go all the way. If we're going to talk about what's worldly, let's go all the way. For those of you going against Christians that celebrate Jesus during this season, I better not see you saying Happy New Year. In fact, I better not see you saying January. I better not see you saying the names of the months or the days. I better not see you on Facebook. I better not see you doing any of this. Why? Well, because of course, you know that January is in link to the false god Janus. And Janus is in link
to New Year's. Now, me personally, by my logic, I believe Romans 14. I believe that.
Take him out, because this is what they do. They pull Romans 14. Ain't got nothing to do with that. They talking about food in Romans 14.
Food sacrificed to idols.
On what day you ate it. They ain't got nothing to do with worshiping stuff that's outside of the Bible. Now you can't go around and say, Jamie, that's some ignorant stuff. Because what it goes into is that it's talking about worshiping it. Right. It ain't talking about just speaking, it's talking about worshiping it. Give me that in the book of Exodus. Real quick, because God mentioned about worship. We can play that video, because he mentioned names too. He was talking about Christmas, but he mentioned names and months. Watch what he say.
And if you want to say Christmas is pagan, I hope you know that the days of the week is pagan.
Oh gosh.
Monday, Tuesday are names of pagan gods. So every time we say Monday, we are worshiping pagan gods. When people argue, they need to pause and think. The days of the months also are planetary or pagan gods. Only two are Roman empires, which is July for.
And that's the hypocrisy in Christianity. Because you want to say that that's pagan gods, but you still celebrate Christmas.
Right.
You still celebrate Easter, which is pagan and the worship of pagan gods. Well, I tell y'all, people crazy.
Crazy. So that's all I wanted on him. Let's go to what actually idolatry is. Just go to Exodus 20. Just go to Exodus 20. God tells you what idolatry is. It ain't saying that you can't speak that stuff, because that's how you communicate. Whoa,
that was a bomb.
That was loud.
That was a bomb from the heavens.
Right. Damn, the Lord is with us, y'all. Bye. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's right. It's a God. All praise to the Most High. Scared the hell out of me almost. Now watch this. Exodus chapter 20. That's going down in history right there. That might be the loudest bomb ever in Israel.
Sheesh.
Exodus 20, start at verse 2.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2. Come on. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
You shall have no other gods before him. Now he's going to explain what he means by having other gods. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above.
That's a part of idolatry, making images of them, right? Go ahead. And what do you do if you make images of them? What constitutes idolatry and worship? Go ahead.
Or that is in the earth beneath. Or that is in the water under the earth.
Here he goes.
Thou shalt not bow down.
What is a part of worshiping?
Thou shalt not bow down.
Bowing down to them is a part of the worship. Read on.
Thyself to them. Nor serve them.
Nor serving them. What does that mean? Following after the traditions of that God. Not talking about how else I'm going to warn you about this God if I don't say the name of it. Wow. Y'all, man, Christianity, y'all ain't got no damn sense at all. How I'm going to warn you about this God that's an idol God if I don't say the name of it? I got to say it. Worshiping and idolatry goes into bowing down and serving them. What's the customs and the traditions that you have to do to honor that God? Keep reading.
For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
There you go. That's what it's talking about. And then it goes more into it as you go down, but that's the gist of it. Idolatry is not speaking it. It's talking about bowing down and serving them, the customs and the traditions that go along with those gods. Because here you go, unless you got something. Go. Deuteronomy chapter 13. Bear with me over at Tech Team. I know y'all about to pass out, man, but I'm full of the spirit right now, man. I got to bring these scripts out. Deuteronomy chapter 13, and let's read that in verse 3. Let's get straight to the point.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 13 and verse 3. Let's go. Thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet or that dreamer of dreams. For the Lord your God proveth you, to know whether ye love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul.
So they're going to tell you how to try to go away from God, right? Now read verse 6.
Verse 6. If thy brother, the son of thy mother, or thy son or thy daughter, or the wife of thy bosom, or thy friend, which is as thine own soul.
You love them. Go ahead.
entice thee secretly, saying, let us go and serve other gods.
Let us go and serve other gods. How do you know he's talking about serving it? Because he had to mention the name. Wow. Let's go worship Ashtaroth. Let's go worship Janus. They had to do these things. Read on.
Which thou hast not known, thou nor thy fathers.
Right, read on.
Namely of the gods of the people, which are round about you, nigh unto thee, or far off from thee.
They might even came from Rome. Go ahead.
From the one end of the earth, even unto the other end of the earth.
You're not supposed to do what? Read on.
Thou shalt not consent unto him.
You ain't supposed to. No, man, that's the worship of Janus. No, we're not worshiping them. We're not bowed out. We're not serving them. I don't want to know nothing about that God. You got something, Cal?
Yeah, get Romans 1. Read verse 25. Just real quick. Romans 1:25. We're going to jump down. Because
don't say the name January.
You say Monday. You say Tuesday. It's going into the worship, the actions that are behind what you do with these gods. Read that.
The book of Romans, chapter 1 and verse 25.
That's why Revelations 18 we read earlier is be not their partakers of their sin. Read.
Come on.
Read that.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
This Caucasian man changed the truth of God into the lie. Your pastor changed the truth of God into a lie. Read.
And worship and serve the creature more than the creator.
And that's what our people doing. You see them up in church swag surfing. Y'all are worshiping the creature more than the creator. That's what you're doing on New Year's in honor of Janus. Read on.
Who is blessed forever. Amen.
Watch this. Jump down to verse 29. Watch
Come
this.
on. Verse 29.
So because of all of that, watch this. Read.
Being filled with all unrighteousness.
Because that's what you see on all these pagan holidays, on all these pagan idolatrous holidays. For all unrighteousness, read it fast, read.
Fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whispers.
You see all that stuff. Idolatry, fornication, evil. All type of manner of evil happens on that day. But watch this. Here's the point. Verse 32.
Verse 32. Who knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death.
They which commit such things are worthy of death. Idolatry is worthy of death. Yeah. But watch this, read.
Not only do the same.
Not only that do the same, but watch this, read.
But have pleasure in them that do them.
Also, you have pleasure in them that do. All you that's going to be at the New Year's party.
With your girls, with your boys.
You all out there, it's like, oh, no, I don't celebrate Janus. I don't know.
I'm going to the club. I'm celebrating with my friends.
I'm going to church. Wow. Oh, no. You are, it says those that have pleasure and those that, whether you do it or those that have pleasure in it, you know it's wrong and you still justifying it. You still saying it's okay. You ain't no different.
Straight up.
I'll tell you, our people crazy.
I'll go back to that video real quick because he's going to mention what worship is. And look how it lines up with the Bible, but in their mind, they are disconnected. From the knowledge of God and idolatry. They can't see it. Pull up that video and watch what he says. Yeah, we can play. Go ahead. You can play.
And if you want to say Christmas is pagan, I hope you know that the days of the
Pause
week.
it real quick. I want to say this. You got to be dumb as hell to listen to any African talk about the Bible. Y'all know the crazy. Y'all know the crazy stuff they be doing.
Man, I done seen some crazy stuff for them pastors over there in
ass
Africa.
stuff, man. All right, unless they coming through IUIC, the Israelites,
they don't know the Bible.
They don't know the Bible. They know Christianity, and they gonna say the craziest stuff, and they're gonna be out there trying to teach you how to have sex with your wife by pumping on her.
I seen over there shaving a woman, talking about this is holy of
walking
God.
around in heels. Y'all better not listen to none of them when it comes to the damn Bible, unless they know they are an Israelite. Because they're gonna say the craziest stuff.
Do the craziest
Go
stuff.
ahead, man.
It's pagan. Monday, Tuesday are names of pagan gods. So every time we say Monday, we are worshiping pagan gods. When people argue, they need to pause and think.
And that's how you know they don't know.
They don't know.
And you say it, you were no. It's the action.
Action says serve them, bow down,
worship, be partakers in.
Go ahead.
The days of the months also are planetary or pagan gods. Only two are Roman empires, which is July for Julius Caesar and August for August. So every time we say March, so if you were born in March, you have been dedicated to a deity.
Oh, I gotta pause it because you hear Christians acknowledge this, and if that means they researched it. So just know if you search that, then you know Christmas is pagan.
Wow.
You know Easter is pagan. But they won't speak on that. I'm telling you, you got to watch these deceptive deceivers.
The workers of Satan.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I don't know why people talk like this.
Listen.
And when you hear them speak, they'll be on one podcast. Our generation, we like unnecessary knowledge. That's why I'm coming to you like this. The claim that Christmas is pagan worship misunderstands the meaning of worship. Worship is intentional devotion directed to a deity.
Pause it. Intentional worship.
That's
directed. Now I'm not the smartest man in the world, but I ain't never met nobody that tripped into they freakum dress, put on makeup, did their hair, drove to the club, bought some drinks by accident. All of that was voluntary worship.
Yes.
They made a way to, I'm doing this because why? These are the customs that we do on this day. They don't know they honoring a God. You think Satan care that you know you honoring an idol God? You got to be out your damn mind. Y'all think Satan love us that much to say, you know what? Before y'all do it, I'm just going to let you know.
Right.
I'm going to let you know. You're going to be worshiping another God other than the Most High God. I just want you to know that before you step over into this.
The scriptures say he transformed into an angel of light. He's going to come and appear and make you think it's right.
Sure he loves mankind because he told Eve the truth. He told Eve the truth when he told her, yeah, you can eat of this fruit right here. You ain't going to die. Sure, he loved us. Y'all got to be smoking some Christian crack.
But I blame all you black Christians for this because he will sit up in there and lie. He will sit up in there and say one thing and then turn around and backtrack and say something else.
Yeah, that's what he did.
And then you won't correct him on it. Y'all let these pastors come up in here and just say whatever because you want to celebrate Christmas, you want to worship New Year's, you want to get drunk and high and be a fornicator. You won't say nothing. He'll say what he said in the beginning. Yeah, if you say the word Monday, you worship it, and then turn around and say worship means that you have divine devotion to it. You have to serve it. You have to actually serve him. And y'all be like, man, yeah, that's right.
You're right.
I'll tell you, I blame you black Christians.
Now, watch this. I'm going to show you how you serve him. We're going to close out on this right here. This is how you serve him, and it's voluntary. This ain't by accident. Scroll up to the top so they can see this. The history of New Year's Eve. Now, watch this. Scroll down. Let's scroll down. Now, watch this. We don't need to read that. We know how that started in Babylon. Rome took it.
Yep.
And now that's what you do here in America. Go down. Now, watch this. March 1 as the new year. Now you got January 1 as the new year. Now how do you voluntary worship? Keep going. New Year's Eve, different celebrations and traditions.
Yep.
Can you read the first one?
You can't say goodbye to 2021 and welcome another year without celebrating New Year's Eve.
You gotta worship Janus is what it's saying. Go ahead.
Various countries have their own traditions and celebrations. But there are also common ways to celebrate this special occasion.
To worship Janus and go into a different door. Read that quick.
Eating good luck food.
So one way you eat good luck food. Read the next one.
12 grapes at midnight.
12 grapes at midnight.
Dang.
Go ahead.
Cakes.
You eating cakes. Go ahead.
Pork.
You're eating pork in Austria, Portugal, and Cuba. Go ahead.
And America.
Go ahead.
Legumes.
Levi out there. Not no more. Y'all don't do that. That's Haitians. That's Haitians that do that. And what does that stuff mean? Read.
Legumes look like old Roman coins and symbolize financial prosperity.
That's witchcraft. Go ahead. Read the next one.
Noodles.
What do they do noodles for?
Long noodles are thought to give you a longer and healthier life.
This is idolatry. God don't do it. Long noodles do. Go ahead.
Wearing the right underwear.
Come on, man. Hey, that's by accident. No, that's voluntary worship on New Year's Day. Wearing the right underwear. Read that. A few countries,
particularly in Latin America.
Hey, Northern Kingdom, y'all crazy.
I've heard this before too.
Go ahead.
Have this superstition that you can manifest success and prosperity if you choose the right color of underwear.
That's voluntary. That's not by accident. Read the next one.
Sharing a midnight kiss.
Y'all mentioned this area.
That's big. Everybody know that.
That's accident? No, that's voluntary. Go ahead.
Read the paragraph?
Yeah.
Another popular New Year's Eve tradition that most people, if not all, love is the midnight kiss.
Whether it's with your wife or somebody random or husband. Go ahead.
With your partner or even a new friend. Wondering how this part of the history.
Hey, and 9 times out of 10, it was with somebody random because you in the club, you at some party, and you just find the person. You should turn around and look.
And you do this right here. You do.
Exactly what happened.
And then you go in.
And that's how the fornication starts.
Yup. Go ahead.
Wondering how this part of the history of New Year's Eve started. It's thought to be from Saturnalia.
Go ahead.
A pagan festival in ancient Rome.
Which is also where you get the customs of Christmas from. Go ahead.
Which involved a lot of singing, dancing, drinking, socializing, sharing gifts, and kissing.
That's why you have Christmas parties.
Yep.
That's not by accident. That's intentional. Read the next one.
Making New Year's resolutions.
That's intentional because you have to think about what you want to do. Read the next one because this is new. This is being big now because they didn't used to do this back in the day, but now this is growing. Read that next part.
Throwing fireworks.
People set off fireworks for New Year's now. They don't just do it. And shoot guns. They just don't do it for 4th of July. Now for New Year's, they shoot off fireworks. Read the next one.
Keeping doors and windows open.
That doesn't just accidentally stay open. That is intentional worship. Go ahead.
Hanging onions on your door.
Y'all out here crazy. Intentional. Keep going.
Throwing water out the window.
Y'all intentional. Go ahead.
Wearing white clothing.
You didn't accidentally. Oh man, I thought this was red. I was colorblind. No, you knew what it was. Read on.
Singing a lewd, laying signs.
Hey, you knew that? I didn't know that. Damn, you good. Yeah, whatever that is. Now, and look at this one.
Dropping the ball on New Year's Eve.
You see that in New York. That's intentional. Everybody got to show up to that. Read the last one.
Having a toast.
Having a toast. You got the drinks in your hand. Intentional. Go ahead.
Spending the best New Year's Eve with Denver resolution.
Whatever that is. But all of that stuff is intentional worship. Stop letting these people fool y'all, man. The Bible's a true book. You are worshiping Janus. Babylon the Great, the 8th head that has all the attributes as the first beast, like it said in Rome. And read
whose deadly wound was healed.
And whose deadly wound was healed. Read Revelation 18:4 again to close out of what God wants us to do with all these customs and these traditions that we intentionally serve, not knowing it's other gods. Read that.
The book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 4. Come on. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partaker of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues."
You receive not of the destruction to come. You got to come out of America because this is what has happened. Verse 5.
Verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven. And God hath remembered her iniquities.
God ain't forgot all of this idolatry that's in America.
That's right.
He has not forgot of the idolatry in Babylon the Great. And he's going to destroy it for its idolatry and its sin that is causing the people to be in.
That's right.
So we're going to end it right there on Casting Down Imagination.
That's right. All praise to the Most High.
All praise to the Most High, man.
Hey, man, y'all check us out Thursday, same time, same place, same Bible.
That's right. With that, we say shalom. Play that commercial.
Like brass and you know his woolly hair ain't full of that snow. Yeah, Christ gon' go with that fire, be blazing them nations for our salvations. Yeah, them heathens gon' get that whoa, that W-O-E. Destruction and repercussion for oppressing his chosen seed.
Hey, yeah, bounce with me now, yeah, hey, bounce, and this little light of mine, hey, we gon' turn up, we gon' let it shine, hey, and this little light of mine.
demanding. My daily bread, that amazing. Talking about precepts. Wow. Precept on precept, line upon line. Precept on precept, line upon line. Babe, I can't keep explaining, can't study for you. I can't think of nothing, wasn't nothing gonna change me, no. Getting close to you was the only solution. I'm studying every day, I wanna get close to you. You show me how I'm supposed to study all your work. And the whole world in my hand. You wanna listen? My hand ain't wrong, just happy as hell. And that's my power. They hate on my skin, I'm black as hell. That's my power. You hate my image, 'cause I'm made.
Come in,